All right. Yo. Welcome to the broadcast. Welcome on in here. And good to see ya, early birds. Hey, we made it. We made it substantially more well-rested than yesterday. All right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in here, NJ Devil. First in the chat, Kita Bonita. Welcome in, Sater, Prager. We got VCAT in the chat, Neanderthal, Kyle in the building. What's up, Asi? Good to see you today, Ryan Perp, Lazy Stoneheart. Man, those drums hit every time, dude. Emo Eyes, good morning. Sater, good morning. Sanzoba, welcome to the broadcast. Sith Angel, Player, welcome to the show today. Hope you're doing well today. Counterintuitive, Sammy Dot, welcome on in here. Rain 5150, Tima, welcome on in. Jita Chan, welcome in. Vatans, welcome in. Oh my gosh. You know, we love a good wide Wednesday. Welcome in, Fancy Mum. Good to see you today. October Jules, Neeks, Quelly in the house, Legend of Tay in the house. Welcome in, Kai Bells. Good to see you as well. I also forgot it was Wednesday. Yeah. Welcome in, Stratocaster. Good luck with the grind. Ebony Bow, Ham Labs. Welcome in. October Jules in the house. Holy heck. All right, let's go ahead and run that intro and we'll be right back with the broadcast today. Good morning, everybody. See you in just a sec. All right. Welcome to the show. Some Coral Island. And I appreciate everyone's patience with the broadcast. We ended up taking yesterday off. Woof. Was a rough night of sleep. I think I slept for maybe an hour yesterday night. And it just wasn't a good position to be in. I instead of pushing it, we decided to take the day. Those decisions are hard to make at the crack of dawn, but sometimes you got to make them. So I'm glad to be back today, though. At least we're getting an episode of Coral Island in this week. I'm excited to be playing this game, even though we will only be getting one episode in here this week. Dive back into Coral Island. We're in fall year 2, but we'll go over our recap of the game here as we go forward with some gameplay. But before we get started, good morning, everybody. And welcome to the show, Dolores, Tina the accountant in the building. Welcome in. What's up, Bit? Welcome back. Good to see you, Oodle Doodle. Good to see you. Hope everyone had a good Tuesday, and I'd love to hear all about it. Any tacos? Any taco connoisseurs? Consumers? On a lovely Tuesday. I didn't do much. I just treated it like a day off.
You made it.
That's all. Yo, welcome in here, Cammy. What's up, Tyrone? Yeah, I just treated it like a day off, and just relaxed a little bit. I wasn't gonna take a day off until Saturday, but it was nice. I just treated it like a day off, just relaxed. Avoided taking a nap so that I could get a good night of sleep tonight, which was successful. So we kind of got a nice little reset for the sleep schedule, and we can start getting well rested again. But yeah, I just chilled, watched some Dragon Ball. I did a bunch of emails.
Happy Wednesday, Killian and chat. Hope you're having a great day.
Yo, Mrs. Soap and Clay coming in with the first sub of the day. Thank you so much for 23, and thanks for sticking with me, homie. Yo, thank you so much, dude. Yo, good to see you today. Welcome in. You binged on the 14 patch, FF14 patch. Nice. Yeah, I didn't do much gaming at all yesterday. I logged into World of Warcraft for like 5 minutes. Otherwise, I just mostly caught up on work. I did a bunch of chores around the house. I just tried to keep my mind busy so I didn't nap, because I didn't want to take a nap. I wanted to push myself to just get a good night of sleep. So I stayed up all day. Well, I went back to sleep in the morning until like 10 after I decided to step away from the broadcast. From there, I woke up, I stayed up, I did a bunch of chores, I did a bunch of cleaning around the house. I cleaned my emails and like reorganized my emails and my computer files. A lot of like house cleaning and stuff. I'm trying to go into this new year feeling nice and fresh with a lot of that stuff, that back of the house stuff here for the broadcast. So it was good. It was good. It was a good day off. It was somewhat productive, but mostly just big chills. I did get my ACGC lighthouse. Yep. I sure did. So it didn't start until last night though. So I didn't have to go on the 15th. I just had to go last night. But I did get my lighthouse. I almost forgot about the lighthouse, but I managed to grab it like real quick right before bed. Yo, what up, Contemplate? What up, Quacka Stacka? What up, Bailey B? Yeah, stay warm out there, y'all. Stay warm out there, y'all, especially if you have to go out into the cold. I know it's getting quite bitter out there. Quite bitter. Yo, good to see you in the house today, Cammy. Welcome in, Candy Coated Kitten. Welcome to the broadcast. Neeks, I hope you managed to figure out the sleep schedule. Appreciate you popping in today. It's good to see you. Oh my gosh, Ryan Perp. Hey, just going with a good morning, everyone. Good morning at everyone. I think we even have a command for it. Nope, I guess not. Maybe. No, I thought we had a command for it. Maybe we don't. Oh, there it is. Hey, Nightpot. Yo, what's up, Kayla? Ashley, good morning. What's up, Avatar Mondo? Good morning. Welcome to the broadcast, and it's good to see ya. A whole 11 degrees here. Yeah, we're right around that right now. We're at like a low of like 3 degrees. A like high of 20 today, which is better than it has been. Most of our highs are like below 20 until next week, and then we get back into the 30s and 40s, which, as much as I love the cold, I think the sweet spot is like 40s to 60s, so I can wear a hoodie and just big chill. I don't have to bust out the winter jacket, You know. Been moving my mother-in-law to a new apartment in the single digits. Dude, what the heck? Not the time of year to be moving anything. I hope everything's been all right, Rain. Good to see you today. Yo, Detective Rach, welcome to the broadcast. Nope, I have never heard of that. Tara Bad. Good morning, Tara Bad. Welcome in. Unlock sprinting underwater. Nice. I think we have the quest to start that, but I just haven't done it. What's up, Lil Moggs? Good to see you today. Boom, 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 boom. It's also 2:30 a.m. Yeah, it's been going down to the negatives or close to the negatives overnight for us here, but I have a pretty well insulated house, so I'm big chilling. We keep the house at a crisp 67 degrees. It gets a lot warmer on the second floor, but the first floor and the basement are pretty chilly. Pretty chilly. Wish you had snow. Yo, what up, Sater? Been dealing with 20s and below. We have 4 to 6 inches of solid ice on the ground. Yo, good luck. Good luck with that. That's a I'm not leaving the house type of weather right there. That's a I'm not leaving the house type of weather right there, dude. You lost some power for a couple days, dude. That's scary, man. I know my power, like it without electricity, the thermostat doesn't work, and without the thermostat, I guess the furnace doesn't work. I really don't think that's intuitive design. Maybe there's some kind of manual override, because like I don't know contracting, I don't know how furnaces work, but that's like I feel like that's so dumb. Why would you make it to where your furnace doesn't work without an electrical device? That doesn't make any sense to me at all. That's a big L. There's got to be some kind of manual override. I don't know, man. Yeah, what's up, Lily Tazi? Good to see you today. Welcome to the show. That's how mine is. Yeah. I think, listen, I'm not anybody to speak on anything. I'm just saying, what a terrible design decision. Why would you do that? Why would you base everything off of one single device that needs a battery that doesn't even like plug into the wall?
Good
like
morning, fam.
It needs a
I love
watch
y'all
battery.
HT
Like our thermostat is old. It just has a watch battery powering it. And this thing controls our well-being in the winter. Like, I don't know, like I said, I'm not some kind of contractor. I'm just like, that's a really dumb decision. Like, I guess it's the watch battery, it just powers the screen, but it's clearly plugged into the wall. Like, clearly there's some kind of electrical attachment. Now that I think about it. Yeah. Google Nest. Yo, what's up, Dose of Rach? Yo, what up, Gaming Daryl? Welcome to the broadcast. Give me 1 second. I need to blow my nose. Freaking winter weather. Oh, you know what? It's not a watch battery. It's a AAA, which might still be considered just as ancient of technology. AAA batteries. Okay, sick. What up, Ann Sean? Good to see you today. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The South's gonna send some of its summer heat up there to help you thaw y'all out. I'm sure some people would take that warm weather at this point. Yo, good morning, Pixie Skies. Welcome in, Trips 14. All right, let's jump over. Let's make up for a little bit of lost time yesterday, and let's play some Coral Island today. We're gonna have to spend the first couple hours kind of remembering how to play the game, so we might as well get started ASAP. All right, and let's dive in. Welcome in, Raiders. What is up? Turn that off. Okay, sick. Welcome in, Raiders. We're just getting started today. How was your show today? Take some of the West Coast rain? No, thanks. What? Why are you doing that all of a sudden? Chill. I didn't change any of my settings. What are you doing? Display mode. Borderless. Thank you very much. Literally haven't changed any settings, but okay. You can change them for me. Sure. All right. Sure. You can do that for me. All right. No problem. All right, we're going into year 2, fall 9. So we just started fall. We just started fall year 2. As we settle into our playthrough here, we'll go ahead and we'll do like a slight recap as much as I can remember of what we were working on. But it's pretty much the usual suspects. We're working on mining to get access to enough of the higher end ores to upgrade our tools. and to get a ton of kegs and aging barrels. We're at the point where we're trying to get some kegs and aging barrels so that we can up our automated production in the game. But yeah, here, 1 second. Let's get the Coral Island jams going. Let's get that going. All right, dope. We'll get this going for now. But yeah, otherwise, we also were working on diving so that we can make sure that we have the best sprinklers possible going into year 3. We've already begun making the best sprinklers, but we're just kind of working on getting more of them and solidifying a proper farm here. Let's go ahead and go out and check our farm out real quick. So things are coming together here. Over the last couple episodes, we managed to get a barn and a coop. So we're all set as far as getting barn animals. We have chickens and cows and a sheep and some ducks. Otherwise, we've started planting trees. So we have like a nice setup going with trees. We also have 2 sheds with a keg house and a mason jar house. We have our whores. So like our field's doing pretty good. I think we're at the point to where we're planting just about 2,000 crops. Not too bad, not too shabby. Started off, yeah, probably around 2,000 plus crops for fall. Especially if you include the spaces that the trees take up. But yeah, things are coming together. So otherwise, I know we just got access to bee houses and like mayo machines and cheese presses. So we're kind of like building ourselves up a routine of like of processing all of our stuff every day and making a little bit of extra cash while we wait for our major harvest. But yeah, let's go ahead and play. We'll kind of remember more stuff as we go, but that's the best recap I can give y'all. It's been about 2 weeks since I played. I don't really remember much else. I know we're starting to romance. We're starting to get to know the townsfolk a little bit more. So like maybe we'll start deciding all of that stuff. Romance is usually my last priority when I play these games. I like the farming and the progression a lot more. Yeah, it's been pretty good. So we're in the last level of the mines, or the last section of the mines, getting the best ore in the game, and we completely completed the ocean, and we can go in there and just get all the best kelp that we want, and kelp is used for a lot of upgrades. I know we're getting pretty close to automated sprinklers that harvest, seed, fertilize, and do everything for us. We're getting pretty close to that, and that's going to be a major step in automation when we're able to have our crops auto harvested, auto planted, and auto fertilized and auto watered. At that point, we just profit, right? So we're getting there. Yo.
I love you all so much. Enjoy your joke. What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? A meltdown.
Oh my gosh. Yo, thank you for tier 2 for 33 months. Fari, some love in the chat. If you got a free hand, don't be shy to get some love in the chat. And we also got Turtley Meg coming in with 14. And then we got Pixie Skies coming in with 23. I think I might have missed that as well. Thank you so much, Mrs. Soap and Clay. The back-to-back 23s. Thank you, Pixie. Thank you, Artifice, for the raid. Turtley Meg, thank you for the 14 months. And Fari for the 33. Thank you so much. The tier 2. Enjoy that extra tier of emotes. Now you get like an extra 10 emotes for tier 2, which is how it should be. Let's be real. Let's go ahead and get the fall theme going. How it should. Giving you value. Or value, excuse me. Yo, what's up, Tiff Trilla? Good morning, April. Welcome in, Raiders. Mosh Bikes, good morning. Hope you had a good birthday over the weekend. What's up, Tinker MTG? Welcome in, Tinker, and welcome in, Raiders. Let me go ahead and get a shout out here for the Raiders real quick. And I hope you have a good lurk here this morning. The Overnight Gamers. Give them some love. Artifice Nations. I think they were playing Monster Hunter, probably. They call it the Monster Hunter bug. I don't have any interest to ever play those games, but I'm glad you're enjoying them. Maybe one day. Never say never. What's up, Chippery? Got a whole automated farm, and I'm working on upgrading my house for marriage. Nice. Nice, nice. What platforms are this game on? This game's on everything except for Nintendo Switch, I think. And I think it's $30. Even given a snow day by Mother Nature to extend the long weekend another day. Sick. It's always nice. Never thought I'd enjoy Monster Hunter. Yeah. I've seen a lot of people pick that game up and catch a bug for it, so I definitely know it has the potential to sink its claws into people. For me, it's just so many games, so little time. Like, I know I would enjoy the game if I played it, probably, but I don't care to commit to another game, like another franchise. You know what I mean? Like, I have enough favorite franchises. I think I'll hold off for a rainy day on Monster Hunter. Yo, what's up, Dragon Martinez? Hardy welcomes in the chat. Are you gonna play Pal World? I don't even know what Pal World is. What's up, Peachy? Good to see you today. I don't even know what Pal World is. What's up, Jasmine? Welcome to the broadcast. Chris is here. Oh no, welcome to the show. Good morning to you. It's Pokemon with guns. Nope, I have zero interest to play clones of games. So I won't be touching Pal World. I'll just go play Pokemon. All right. Grab a milk pail. Yeah. I'm not too interested in playing anything like that. Generally, I usually just play one game per genre unless I'm really, really interested in the genre. And then I'll play more games from the genre, like we do with farming sims. But to be fair, it's more like Ark. Yeah, it does. Yeah, whatever. You need the auto petter? I'm working on it. Yeah, I'm working on getting all that technology right now. Yeah. We're like slowly getting all the upgrades from the lab. And then once you get the upgrades, you have to be able to craft it. So we're getting there. Like, we have the auto fert, auto seed, the auto harvest, but we don't have the one that has all three in one. That's what we're working on next. Yeah. We'll take a stop at the lab and we'll see what we need for those upgrades. Because I think we were working towards one, but it's like I said, it's been about a week. We're gonna have to remind ourselves how to play the game. All right. I do have the auto feeder. See, we made it that far. Just not the auto petter. I'm trying to figure out. Okay. I'm trying to remember what buttons do what on my controller. It's like that. What's up, Bookworm? Good to see you. Resisting the urge to lay in bed under my heated blanket all day. Oh, rip. That's always a hard urge to resist. Good luck. Nice. Eggplant harvest day. Yeah, I've never played Ark, but I know all about it. I've watched a good amount of Ark stuff. Well, the truth is I've actually never really seen Ark get played, but I hung out in a Discord with a bunch of people who played Ark. So it's almost like I've just had the game described to me through someone else's gameplay. That makes sense. Like, I have like a general idea of like what Ark is and like what it brings to the table. But again, it's another one of those games that, like, I'm sure I would love Ark in the grand scheme of gaming. Like, I'm sure I would love it. Survival, dinosaurs, base building, PvP. Sounds great. On paper, sounds absolutely great. I just don't have the time to play games like that. Your farm is massive? Yeah. Thank you. My title today was almost, can we build the biggest farm? Harvesting these sweet potatoes sucks because it's kind of hard to tell if they need to be harvested. The plant kind of hides the crop a little bit. Yeah, like sometimes I'll stay away from a game because I know it's going to be an addiction and I'm not in the mood to get addicted to a game. Does anybody else catch themselves doing that? Like I'll stay away from a game because I'm just like, you know what? This game's going to be an addiction. Let's just not even do that to ourselves. Like, you know what, dude? Like I'm going to pick this game up and I'm going to lose my whole existence. How about we just don't do that? Yeah, like I catch myself avoiding games all the time because of that. I'm just like, yeah, you know what? This is not the timeline for me to be playing that game. Like, nope, we're not even doing that. Very often I catch myself doing that. Yo, what's up, Frigid? Good to see you today. Still recovering from 400 hours of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. And and I think some of y'all know a little bit of my philosophies when it comes to gaming nowadays. I'm okay with skipping experiences. Like I've come to terms with the idea that I'm not going to be able to play every game.
H. Des Wiggle, good morning.
And it was like one of the healthiest realizations I had as a gamer, especially a gamer that is like pretty busy outside of gaming. Is like, I've just come to the conclusion, like I am not going to be able to play every game. So I stopped trying to play every game. And now my mindset is I just cherry pick and I try to play games that I know I'm going to get the richest experiences out of. And I just like back up. Like I'm over the years of like trying to play every single game that comes out. Yeah, I'm like over that journey. I'm just gonna play games the games that seem the strongest to me as a gamer, that fit my very particular gaming taste the best. And I'm just gonna ignore the rest of the games out there. Because like FOMO is rough, right? I'm done dealing with like FOMO and like the stress of like trying to play every game coming out, or like feeling like I should be checking all these games out. Like, nah, dude, who cares? Worst case scenario, I miss a couple really good games. And like, I think that's okay. I think worst case scenario, I miss like a couple really good games, and it is what it is, right? Like the amount of people that were shocked that I never played a bunch of the games from the Variety-a-thon. And it's just like, yeah, you know, yep, I missed them. Yeah, I just never got to them. Yo, thank you so much, VK, for 25 months, dude. What's up, homie? Like, I'm kind of okay with those interactions nowadays. It's like, yep, I missed that one. All right, we're selling the syrup. What are we doing with this mayo? I think we're just selling the mayo. What's up, Knight Rider? I'll be skipping the next Pokemon unless they fix their graphics. Yeah, that's completely understandable response to Game Freak and the current state of Pokemon games. I completely respect that opinion. 100%. I get it. Not everybody wants to deal with that, and not everybody wants to support that type of game development. To an extent, I don't even like supporting that type of game development. Like, to an extent, I kind of also frown upon it, but I also really, really love Pokemon. So I kind of just grin and bear through it. Plus, I've never been the kind of gamer that really cares about graphics or performance. Like, I played N64 games, baby. I grew up playing 7 FPS GoldenEye 007 and loving it. And I think that once you put yourself through that, you can put yourself through anything as a gamer. When you beat GoldenEye 007 on one of the hardest difficulties at 7 FPS, I feel like you can go through anything in gaming if you have to. Like, you could deal with any level of performance. Because, like, I did it. I used the Nintendo 64 controller, and managed to beat 007 GoldenEye on the 64, like I feel like I can do anything. That's like the true test of a gamer. I feel like at that point I'm on top of the world, baby. I can do anything. Yo, what up, Minty Mont? Good morning. I like that, dude. I like that. I've also been writing a lot more and keeping like a notebook nearby for mostly for ideas and stuff like that. But I've also caught myself just like jotting my thoughts down. I beat GoldenEye on the hardest difficulty, but I can't beat the first area in Elden Ring. You know what it is, Stratocaster? Is because you're playing the game at 30 FPS. You should lower it down to 10 FPS and you'll be fine. Just lower the game down to 10 FPS and then you're gonna slay it. Like, I promise, dude, that's the kind of gamers we are, you know? You just need to put it down to slow motion a little bit, you know? Just a little slow motion. My day off was good, thank you. Yeah. I was a little bit loopy all day and like low on sleep. I literally got an hour of sleep yesterday night. It was bad. I woke up just multiple times. I had a couple things going on. I'm not going to go into details. Regardless, it's nothing major. It was just a really, really bad night of sleep. The kind of night of sleep where I woke up and asked myself, do I really want to put my community through grouchy Hylian? And the answer was no, I don't. That's just what it came down to. It was like, do I really want to force myself to stream and put my community through grouchy Hylian? Like, no, actually I don't, because that's how I piss people off. Because grouchy Hylian is you know, just the name speaks for itself. Grouchy. You put grouchy in front of something, you know, you're not gonna have the best interactions with that human, right? So I woke up and I'm just like, not today, my dude, not today, dude. I was just like, nope, not even gonna chant, not even gonna front, man. Hylian's allowed to be grouchy, yeah, but it's just not a professional thing to do, right? It comes down to professionalism. As much as I appreciate you saying that, though, thank you. But it comes down to professionalism, right? As far as like knowing yourself well enough to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? And yesterday was a fold them kind of day. I think it's sad that I can beat new games. When I go back to old school games, I struggle. Yeah, what's up, Aurora? Good to see you here today. Welcome in. So yeah, it was a pretty good day off. I just chilled. I tried to do some chores and stuff and clean up around the house. But I relaxed. I treated it like a day off for sure. Can I ask you questions about this game? Yeah, sure. Unexplainably weird. Love your name. Yeah, ask away. If I can't answer, somebody in the chat surely can. We have a pretty awesome community like that. What are we doing here? Let's see. I'm just trying to like remember my flow and like what I'm trying to accomplish. So we're sitting on a ton of osmium bars. We need to go like refresh our memory on like what we were trying to accomplish around town. So let me go ahead and let me go to like town and like just go take a look at the laboratory and stuff and like get a feel for like what we're working towards right now, because like I'm kind of misremembering stuff. What's up, emo fat guy? How you doing today, dude? Yo, Pokemon fan, I hope you feel better soon. All right, so yeah, this is what we're working on next. We need 15,000 gold, 5 batteries, 5 osmium kelp essence, and 50 scrap. So this is pretty easy. And we can get this probably right now. We just need the money. Chat said I need to get the auto petter next. I don't know if we have the 5 large wool, but we might be close. And then of course, working towards the automated chest, but it's going to be a while because we need our capital. We have to liquidate our assets to buy this stuff. We have all the money we need in the world. We just need to sell stuff to get the money, and we have a lot of stuff to sell. but I'm just taking my time with that process because if I don't need the money immediately, then I don't need to be selling stuff. So even if it looks like I'm broke, I'm really not broke at all. I'm just taking my time. All right, so in all reality, this is our first priority right now. This is our big priority. We're gonna get this right. 5 osmium kelp essence, scrap, battery, gold. And then let's take a look at crafting. What do we need for the new sprinklers? Osmium kelp, gold kelp, scrap, and batteries. Bronze. Oh yeah, we're forever farming bronze for more kegs. Ah, yes. Yes. Mason jars. We're also working on getting hardwood. Right. I remember we were starting to farm hardwood up. The hardwood was for the tools, right? We have all this stuff unlocked. Let's go to the blacksmith. Josh Carr the Grouch. Yo, what's up, Cat SG? Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Cat. Good to see you today. Welcome to the broadcast. Living the dream, same as always. Hope everyone's doing well today. Doing pretty well myself. Thank you, man. Thank you. What's up, Mr. Will? Good to see you today. All right. Upgrade tools. Otherwise, we're looking to upgrade our pickaxe next. 3 gold bars, 5 hardwood, and 1 silver pickaxe and 10,000 coin. I think I want to get this upgrade right now. Let's go ahead and bring this stuff and let's go get this upgrade right now. Let's just get it out of the way. We'll go diving. Trying to get back in my routine for my brother. Yo, Knight Rider, good luck. Good luck, dude. Just be patient with yourself and just keep at it, right? I guess. All right, what am I doing? That's why those 3 gold bars were out here. That's why those 3 gold bars were out here, huh? 5 hardwood. All right, nice. Getting our pickaxe upgrade is going to make mining a lot better, so this is something that's totally worth doing. Ugh. The dry heat in this house is murdering me. Ugh. What's up, Jesse A. Ray? All right, nice. And like I said, for now we can just go diving and make sure our kelp storage is where it should be. Maybe we can even go work on that quest to be able to dash underwater. What's up, Random? Good to see you today. Welcome in. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I need coal. We'll remember how to play this game at some point. We'll get there. We'll get there, baby. Rob Boss is such a villain that he made up a game called Coral Island, which is a buffet simulator that gives you real food poisoning. Oh, Corral Island. Funny. That's pretty funny, actually. Oh my gosh, we're almost out of coal. How do I get coal again? There's a way where I can make my own coal. I have to put stone in one of these machines, I think. Yeah, that's what it is, I think. Or no, it's wood. I need to put wood into one of these machines. So we need to go farming wood as well. Because being low on coal sucks. All right, let's go diving. And we can go ahead and work on that quest real quick. Let's go see where that quest is.
Let's go primers. H Descat Jam.
Yo, Celestial Ray coming in with the 16. Thank you again, VK, and good morning. Thank you, Celestial, for the 16 primer. Good to see you today, buddy. How are you? Yo, welcome in. What up, She-Merc? Glad to see you back on today. Yeah. I'm feeling good today. Thank you. Just had a rough night of sleep. Feels good to be back today, though, playing some Coral Island with y'all. And I'm doing my best to stay warm. No release date for the Switch yet, but it's supposed to be sometime this year. But, you know, you'll be the first to know here in the chat once I know. But I don't think we got one yet. What's up, Peaches Danny? Welcome to the broadcast. It's good to see you here. Hard to keep up with my Prime sub when my laptop is so janky. Hey, well, I appreciate the extra effort, dude. Definitely don't worry about it too much. Here it is. Visit the Oracle, one of us. This is what we need to do. Let's go figure out what materials we have to gather. I'm assuming I have to go to the Merfolk Kingdom. What up, DKC? What up, Angel Baby? Oh, hearty welcomes in the chat. Good morning to you. Yeah, I have no idea where the Oracle's gonna be here. There's a person I never met inside of here. Okay, she's over there in the Oracle Chambers. Let's see. Was walking on the treadmill. Nice. Nice. Good to see you in the chat here today, Lily. Good morning. All right, let's go see what's up at the Oracle here. See if they'll offer us a cookie. Go ahead and we'll shuffle this out. Your arrival is as ordained. Okay. Welcome to Choyo's chambers, Hylian. I wish to discuss a matter that could significantly benefit you. Throughout our kingdom lie sacred ocean caves. You may have seen a few during your travels. Okay. These caves are a treasure trove of resources, many of which could prove invaluable in your endeavors. The decision to grant access to these sacred spaces is not ours to make, but the ocean's. And the ocean, it seems, has chosen you. With the rhythm of the ocean in my steps and humor of a dancing crab, I hereby grant you the right to explore these sacred caves. Crab Rave? Crab Rave, maybe? I have to fulfill request for Palia? Oof. Yeah, the fulfill request quest and Palia is one that's a little awkward, yeah. Good morning, Alto Girl. Good to see you. As you journey deeper in the ocean, you'll discover more such caves. Use their resources wisely and remember exploration is key. Okay. Cutscene the cutscene? Come over here, Hylian. Okay. Choi Oyo has found something interesting. Very interesting indeed. But before I tell you more, I'd like to ask you one question. How would you feel about getting rid of that suit for good? But I can't breathe in water. Yes, it's unfortunate. You need that to survive here. Choi Oyo found this scroll the other day while I was strolling through the deep sea. Or rather, the goddess led me to this scroll in the deep sea. It's an interesting diagram. Need some time to properly look through it, but it seems to be like it's a spell to turn landfolk into merfolk. So might this be of interest to you? Of course. I love that enthusiasm. I need some time to further decipher this, of course, but here's a couple of necessary ingredients we'll need. Ceremony is for your benefit after all. Okay, so we have a list of ingredients that we're going to have to collect, I guess, a quest. Okay, I visited the Oracle. Untrack. The quest didn't evolve. The quest didn't progress. Okay. So then what am I supposed to collect? I don't understand. Oh, okay. It just updated. Got it. 5 osmium kelp essence and 5 osmium crops? I guess those would come from the caves, right? Okay. Yeah, who knows? Maybe they will do that eventually. Wasn't there a fast travel down here? Oh, I would have to go from a fast travel point. Yeah, maybe they will. I think we've theory crafted that you're gonna eventually get sent to Atlantis and DDV. Yeah, maybe you will. Oh, just regular farm crops. Oh, okay. I didn't think about it. Just osmium level crops. Okay, that's easy. We have tons of those laying around. So we just need the kelp essence. So we can honestly bring these ingredients right now. We might as well. It's not too bad of a deal here. Yo, what up, Flo Dunny? Good to see you today. We have exactly 5 essence. Sure. And then we just need to grab an extra 5 osmium crops. We could just grab those from anything. We have a ton of this stuff laying around. We'll grab 5 sweet potatoes. Okay, sick. The art for these characters is absolutely phenomenal. I like the art of this game, yeah. It's not bad. I'm not terribly picky about the art in the games I play, but I definitely can see the amount of passion that went into making this game feel very unique in the space that it is attempting to compete in. And I really appreciate that, considering how many of these quote-unquote cozy games are clearly just cash grabs trying to take cozy gamers' money. So it's really nice when you get a game that like clearly cares about the people who are playing it and isn't just another cash grab. Good, you're here. Let's see what you brought. Yo, what's up, Sophia Lucille? Good morning. Yo, welcome in, dude. How are you today? Excellent. These are just right. There is a harmony in these ingredients. A harmony. But wait, there's something missing. Of course, the riddle. In a dance of colors, it stands tall, neither plant nor creature, but a bit of both. Its sap gives life and binds them all. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to what I read. I'm just getting through these texts so I can play the game. We need sap from the coral tree. Okay. Care to share some of the cash grab games? I mean, just go look at Steam. Just go look around. Most of these games that are coming out are just garbage, right? Yeah, just go take a look around Steam or like the Nintendo Switch eShop. There's so many very clear cash grab games out there. Yo, what's up, foes? Good morning. Welcome in. Let's go to the coral tree awaits. By the powers of the sea and the balance of the tides, gift us your essence, O coral tree, to bridge land and ocean wide. I work at a university and school is freshly back in season, so it's been busy, but good. Glad to have you in the community to keep me company on my remote day. Nice, nice. I hope things have been going smoothly. Appreciate you. Busy can be good sometimes, right? Now quickly, we must hurry back to Choyo's chamber. Okay. Brace yourself. May the ocean welcome you with open arms. Oh wow, I just straight up turned into a merman. I wasn't expecting this. Let's give ourselves a super dope pair of mer feet. Dope. I don't actually care too much. These are sick though. I like how you can do a tuxedo bottom. This game is so goofy, man. Sure, whatever. Look at those kickers. Do you like it? Okay. All right, sick. We got it. Now we can dash underwater finally. Cool. That was cute. They like made it a whole thing, like a whole ritual and everything. It's cute. I don't even remember how to dash. How do you even dash in this game? There we go. I couldn't remember the button. All right, let's see if we can spend the rest of the night collecting some osmium kelp. Yo, what's up, Mighty Owl? Yo, good to see you today, dude. Can we go in here? They said I have access to these caves now, but I was told the caves are just full of a bunch of trash. Oh, that's just how you get out. Yeah, I was just told that the caves are just full of trash, apparently. So it's like a way to keep farming trash, or you can like put automatic trash collectors in here and just like collect trash every couple days, which honestly, trash is pretty important in this game. So like, definitely cool that you can do that. Yo, good morning, Shelby. How you doing today? Yo, hearty welcomes in the chat. Yeah, I guess all the caves are the same. They're just filled with trash, which is cool. How do I open up the map again? There we go. Let's go this way. When you clear the trash, it'll open another room and keep going. Is it just more and more trash? Or is it like, should I do it for like other reasons? I'm just not currently hurting on trash, so I don't care too much. Like, I have plenty of this material right now. I wouldn't mind going around and putting automatic trash collectors all around the bottom of the ocean, though, so that I could keep the ocean clean. Like, I would love, that's like a little personal goal of mine, to keep the ocean clean in the game. That could be a lot of fun. Man, moving faster in the ocean is going to make farming kelp way more efficient, though. Like, way more efficient, dude. Farming kelp just got so sick. Four inches of snow yesterday is my first experience with it. Really? Your first time ever experiencing snow? That's so cool to me, as somebody who's lived with snow their whole life. We got a light dusting here. Nothing to write home about. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, there's no way we're gonna catch this guy, I don't think. Our net's just like way too small, or way too low level. Yeah, this makes farming up kelp way better. Holy heck, do you move so much faster. It's actually insane. Oh, blue starfish. Oh, cool. I forgot I put a trap down here. I guess we could also trap the ocean floor and try to get a bunch of critters. Wouldn't mind bringing some of this stuff home. Moved from Oregon coast, where it was always just cloudy and rainy, and now I'm in PA. That's so cool. I love hearing about that kind of stuff because it's so different from my own experience. I just love hearing about other people's experiences in that light. I think it's really cool. Nice. All right, we have a little bit of time left. We don't want to stay up too late. Have other stuff to do in game. We can just drop anchor anywhere and just get out of here. Let's get one more batch of kelp. Come on, we can get one more batch of kelp. Come on. Hook us up, game. These single pieces. There we go. There we go. Okay, nice. Nice. How super nice upgrade being able to dive to dash in the ocean. Super nice upgrade, actually. Glad I'm up north again. Yeah, I personally appreciate having all 4 seasons. I don't know what life would be like without it. I would certainly try it out. I'd like to try it and see what life was like from that perspective. But I don't know how much I would enjoy life without all 4 seasons. I like it. It's nice. Even if the seasons are all muddled nowadays. even if they are all muddled and confused, I would enjoy it. What are you doing with these sea grapes? Okay, all this stuff. What is this? Blue starfish. It's already been donated. Drop this off. Discovered spring when I moved here and I love it. Boom. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Sleep time. All 4 seasons within 3 days. Oh. It's budding from 2 deg butts to 53 within a week here in the Northeast. What do you butt by seasons? Well, it wasn't always like that. The seasons were pretty defined growing up, to be fair. We always had that classic Cleveland weather where it's snowing one week and then it's like sunny the next, but generally speaking, the seasons were pretty defined. And I'd argue that they are still very defined. The goalpost has just moved a bit, but like in between those spurts of 8 different types of climates of weather, you know, within a week, you do get a very solid hot summer, a very solid cold winter, and you get a very mild fall and a very mild spring. Like no matter what, I think that I get all 4 seasons here. Just sometimes, you know, in the midst of those seasons, you can randomly get snow. Like, you know, it definitely does be. It do be like that sometimes. All right, we made it to diving level 10. Nice, dude. Nice. That's actually sick. All right, dope. We'll go ahead and we'll throw on a fall song to get us started here. And let me go ahead and check my skills out. Do 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 boo. All right, we'll take treasure finder. And we have to wait a couple days for our pickaxe to be done. So we get to keep diving. Ooh, we got a harvest day. We'll take some kelp out of here. We'll take some glass out here. We'll take some trash out here. Isn't there a button to move it faster? What am I doing? Transfer hole. Got it. Bingo. We'll take some wood out of here. I'm just taking all the stuff out of here that I plan to process with. We'll take some silver ore out of here. It's all the stuff I'm going to process with here. We'll take care of our mammals here this morning. Yo, good morning, Mystical Whim. How you living, dude? Good to see you today. No, I wasn't anywhere near the door. What do you mean? Stupid game. I haven't played this game in 2 weeks, so I'm like, I have to remember all of the game's quirks. This game has a lot of quirks. Just got back from the fabric store. 40 centimeters snow in the span of 3 hours, and it ain't slowing down. Yo, take care of yourself, dude. Definitely be safe out there. That was me trying to play Tears of the Kingdom again. Yeah, every game requires like a set amount of time for me to relearn all the game's like quirks. Every game's kind of like that. Cheers. Some milk. All right, sick. Let's let these boyos out. You go ahead and do your thing. Get ourselves some maple syrup, some resin. Yo, Tater Tot with the gifted over to Mighty Owl. Let's go, dude. Thank you, Tater. Thank you so much, homie. Appreciate that. You know you didn't have to do that, but you did. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. What's up? It's Taco. formerly known as. Good morning. Random Reject again. Good morning. If I did miss you there, I don't think I did, but that's all right. Hope everyone's feeling good today. Appreciate you tuning in. Past a car accident, 5 cars involved. Screw that, man. That's scary stuff. Good morning, UK Net. Good to see you here as well. Nice. We got a mighty harvest here. A mighty fine harvest. I wonder if that person ever asked any questions and did I miss them? I think I might have missed the questions from the unexplainable person. Oh well. Apologize if you're out there. You're welcome to re-ask. Blessed with space heaters and heated blankets. Hey, take care of yourself, Taco. No bueno on the no heat, that's for sure. Looking more and more like I might not be making it into work today. Is that necessarily a bad thing? Or are you kind of looking forward to not going in? What's your mindset on that? Ooh, we got a big boy harvest here, dude. A big boy harvest here, dude. Low-key jealous? No, I don't think that's weird at all. You know, I think there's something enchanting about winter weather, even though it does sometimes come with some nastiness. The same way that I love a really good rainstorm, but it doesn't mean that scary things don't happen during rainstorms. Scary things happen during rainstorms all the time. But, you know, I still find that I enjoy a good rainstorm, right? Everyone deserves a Hylian emote. Oh, thank you, Tater Tot, for spreading the good word of the Hylian emotes. Thank you so much. I have 3. Oh, well, yeah, those are the days that usually getting to work is a good thing, I guess, right? What's up, Elliot? Oh, look at this. This is our first harvest of these berries. Dude, look at this. Dude, look at this, dude. Our first massive fall harvest, dude, coming in, dude. Oh, I'm so excited. Our first very massive fall harvest here. Sell this and sell this. We got the grapes. Got any grapes? I got plenty. Hope you're doing well today, Elliot. What's up, Quelth, by the way? Good to see you today, Quelth. And how was your Tuesday? I missed y'all yesterday. I did not plan on taking yesterday off. I was going to stream all the way until Saturday when I was going to take off and give myself a little time to relax on the weekend, which I don't do a ton of. But I woke up yesterday, and for those that aren't in Discord or who don't keep up with my out of Twitch stuff, I woke up with like an hour of sleep under my belt yesterday, and it just did not feel like a good decision to force the content. That's like the hardest thing about me as a creator, is because I'm not just a creator, I'm also a very hard worker. And I'm always willing to push myself to I feel like I put a level of obligation on myself to like make sure that I treat this like the way that I feel like it should be treated, like a job, right? Something that people are depending on me to show face, to show up every day when I say that I will show up. So it can be really tough to like make those decisions, but I think I also have to remind myself sometimes that I'm an entertainer, and I can't entertain when I'm like all discombobulated and messed up. Like it's just not a good environment to be in as a creator. So decided to take the day off, and it was a good decision. I chilled. I big chilled. Quick transfers L. Okay. I big chilled. I had a wonderful day off. Just treated it like a day off. I mean, to be fair, I was pushing my 7th day in a row. So like, you know, I don't need to be too hard on myself about taking a day off. We'll drop off these gold, silver, We'll drop off the gold and the osmium quality grapes. We'll sell everything else so we can start liquidating a little bit and just making a little bit of cash back. As much as I like the system that we have of not selling anything, I think to a certain extent we should be selling the bronze and the silver stuff. It's like not all the way worth aging. I say worth because technically everything is worth aging, but at what point do we just sell the junk and move on, dude? Like, who cares, right? Yeah, gotta do what you gotta do. A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do. So yeah, we'll take some of this stuff out of here and we'll make ourselves a little bit of extra cash. All right, boom. Jump over here and sell all this. And then grab this and sell this as well. All right, cool. Let's get some stuff cooking up. Almost couldn't find you on the opposite side of the screen. Yeah, the characters in this game appear on the left side of the screen. And so I like to keep that side of the screen vacant for the characters. So when we play this game specifically, I'm over here. Taking advantage of my technology, I guess. Good morning, Meg Petrowski. How are you today, Meg? Good to see you today. Should I sell my gold star tomatoes seeds or keep them? I kept them up to a certain point and then I eventually started selling them. So I think it's always good to maybe hoard a little bit of everything. But at a certain point, selling them is nice. Like I was saving them up into 100 seeds. And then everything over 100 I started selling because like I wasn't going to plant more than 100 crops at like any given time. Right? Like, so that's what I kind of figured. I just kind of figured out the math. Like, how many seeds do I really need to hold on to if I wanted to plant the whole field in Paleo? And I just sold the rest. Right. Turning all your crops into other goods is like investing. Yeah, exactly, Slappy. So like, I'm just selling some of my stock, just kind of liquidating some of those assets, you know? Oh, we forgot to, no, we didn't. Okay. Okay, boom, boom. Drink some syrup. All right, we're all set. Field's looking good. All of our machines are looking good. Let's go hit the keg house real quick. Oh, all of our stuff. All right, we need to save and reload the game because all of our machines are broken again. Our machines stopped growing. So we need to save. After today, we need to reload the game. There's a kind of like annoying bug in the game where like your mushroom logs and your batteries and your aging barrels will just stop functioning. They'll just stop moving any like, you know, progress. It's pretty lame. So I need to reload the game to fix that. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, how are you today, Slaps? Good to see you, buddy. How do you do a mushroom log? You just got to put a mushroom on it. So put down the mushroom log and then put the mushroom on it, and then the mushrooms propagate from there. So you have to take one of your mushrooms and apply it to the log, and then it'll start reproducing that mushroom, whatever mushroom you put on it. I'm playing via Steam. I bought the game on Steam. Yo, what's up, Instant Banana? Good to see ya. Good morning, Molded. Good to see you as well. How are you today? Go ahead and grab some strawberries. Let's get the strawberry wine going. Wish you could rotate buildings. I agree with that. That'd be nice. I have to look out for that bug. Yeah. Like if you kind of feel like your kegs aren't, you're not your kegs. For me, I've only noticed this with aging barrels, mushroom logs, and battery houses. Not battery houses. What are they called? Solar panels. But for some reason, the progress will just stop and like won't go. And you're like, what's going on? Like this has been sitting at 1 for days. Well, it's because there's like some kind of weird bug that you have to like you can't just go to the menu. You have to like turn the whole game off. The way that we fixed it last time was that we logged off the game, like the game saved, we logged off. And then we turned the whole game off. Then turned the whole game back on. Then it was fixed. It's kind of obnoxious, like, to be fair. But, you know, it happens. Sometimes games are going to be games. Never sell stuff, a hoarder's opinion. Yo, good to see you, G-Ski. Good morning, G-Ski. Had to go to the doctor's this morning. Oof, Elliot, I hope you're okay, buddy. That's never a good way to start the day. I mean, I guess it can be. Just making sure I didn't miss too many messages here. Thank you again, Tater Tot, for the gifted. Thanks for supporting the journey. Good morning to you. All right, let's go do a little bit of diving. Let's go do a little bit of diving here. Evergreen advice, turning it off and on again. Yeah. Classic advice. We'll clear a little bit of trash as we go, because it's so satisfying clearing the ocean floor. They might not like fixing bugs. The Harvest Festival in the first year has been bugged. I was Googling the problem, seeing comments from 3 months ago. Yeah, it seems like this company, so here's the thing. The game just released 3 months ago, officially out of early access. And since then, they've had some bugs, and they haven't like really patched the game since then. So yeah, it has been like a long 3 months that we've been waiting for like a substantial update for this game, like since November. So not 3 months, like 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months. So yeah, I agree with you, but I don't know if it's less that they don't necessarily like fixing bugs and more that they just did the I'm gonna take a break for a month during the holiday season thing, which is like, I guess that's their business. You know, to an extent, I guess everybody deserves a break during the holiday season, and I'm not going to argue that, but it seems like they just decided that they didn't have to do anything for December. They just chilled. Yeah, I do own the DLC for Disney Dreamlight. I haven't played it yet though. We'll be checking it out maybe next week. That's the plan. The plan is to check it out next week maybe. I was thinking about putting it on the schedule this week, but I want to check out the new Prince of Persia, so I don't. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, maybe next week. I was either thinking of putting it on the schedule this week or next week. This week, I would rather just focus on Coral Island and the new game Prince of Persia that I want to play tomorrow. And then next week we can check out the DDV DLC. I'm only gonna play it for a day. To be honest, I don't really care about DDV that much anymore. So like, I just said that I would back in December. I said I would check it out, and I'm a man of my word. So I will be loading it up and checking it out for a stream. We'll just sit around all day and just play it all day. I'll give all the DDV fans a little bit of loving, and then we're putting it back into the vault. So, you know, you never know though. You know, maybe it'll hook me. Maybe it'll sink its teeth so far into me that I won't be able to stop playing. It has happened before, but I highly doubt it. I'm probably just going to check it out for a day, and I'm just not going to touch it again. I'm only saying this to temper expectations. Like, sorry y'all, but temper your expectations, because I don't have any intentions of going back to DDV the way that we did last year. Just being honest. But I will gladly give it a look-see-poo. See what they added to the game, give my commentary on the updates, and then just move on. Best command. Would butt DLC be... I don't know. Butt DLC would be Botox in them cheeks, I guess? I don't know. The butt spot DLC was so good it dragged me out of a meeting at work. Love watching your playthrough of this. I've learned so much and my own game got better because of it. Dude, I love passing the knowledge when we play these games. Yeah. There's an update coming out for this game. Oh, is there? Yeah, I'm not in the Discord or anything for Coral Island. I have no idea when this game's getting updated next. There's apparently a bunch of plans for this game to... There's like a bunch of content that they're still going to be adding and stuff, but I think there's like a timeline you can find somewhere on the internet that will like tell you about like where this game's going and like their plans for 2024. If you care enough, you could probably go find it. I don't know. I'm not in their Discord, so I have no idea like where that is or anything. But there's apparently like a roadmap somewhere, and they have like plans for updates. All right, let's go ahead and let the game save, and then we have to restart the game. So it might lag my computer a little bit because this game tends to chunk a teeny bit. It's a little bit unoptimized. All right. With the desktop, we'll just jump over here for a second while we wait. And let's go ahead and reload this game so I can fix this stupid bug. Do, 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 do. Oh, I may have to get some more coffee going today. I could use a little bit more, I think. There's the lag. That's what it did last time I loaded it up. Now we're good, I think. Just a teeny bit of lag there. We should be good. I think everything should be smooth from here. If I missed anybody rolling in, don't be shy to jump in the chat. Let me know you're out there. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you in the chat today, Quay. Welcome in. But yeah, you never know. Maybe I'll pick up DDV again and fall in love with it, but I sadly have fallen out of love with that game. And but I would like to check out the DLC and see what the game has to offer. Yo, enjoy your work lurk today, Tina. All right. Yeah, see, I think all these machines are finally moving again. I hope so. I hope that fixed them. Part of me feels like that didn't do the trick. It definitely did the trick on my aging barrels. But it looks like they might have got stuck again. Dang, I honestly only really care about the aging barrels and the batteries. I'm gonna reload one more day. I'm gonna reload this day again real quick. Burning out on the DLC reignited my interest. Fallen out of love, in and out of love with DDV. Back in for a month. I haven't touched it right now since the update. I also want to check it out, but it's not at the top of my list. Yeah. DDV's in my vault. DDV appetite disappeared after a couple months. My ride's on the way. I didn't realize how many people were getting rides from this person. Here's the hoping the ice goes away. What's up, Night Owl Mum? Good morning. Good to see you today as well. I love the fall music in this game. Yeah, like it won't let me take it. And like the bat, yeah, I think this stuff is still broken. We'll find out if the yeah, it looks like all my aging barrels and stuff are still broken. That's so awkward. Excuse me. I just have an itchy nose today. All right, well, let's just keep playing and see if it fixes itself. Might have to restart the game again. Ugh. I just can't with Stardew. Yeah, I don't think Stardew's for everybody. Oh, freak, my inventory is a nightmare. Let's fix that real quick. Where are we currently keeping all the random chests and stuff? Here we go. Drop all this stuff off. Get my inventory sorted real quick. Okay, cool. Some rice and eggs for breakfast. Enjoying the stream while I work from home. Nice, dude. Do you work from home often? Is it something that is more of a rare opportunity due to the weather? I'm kind of curious. How you doing today, Prince Bo? Yeah, I don't think Stardew's for everybody. I think when you see a bunch of people having fun with the game, sometimes you ask yourself, should I be having fun with that game? And then you just have to remind yourself that not every game is for every person. Right? So the real question is that just because you mentioned it, I'm kind of curious now, Tater Tot. Do you like farming games at all? Right? Like, are you even into this genre of game? Because it could just be that you're not a farmer at heart. Or it could be that Stardew itself just kind of rubs you the wrong way, right? Because I've heard plenty of people in our chat who like don't like Stardew but love Coral Island, or don't like Stardew but like love the old Harvest Moon games. So yeah, graphics and how quick the days go. Yeah, Stardew Valley is a traditional farming sim that forces you to manage your time as well. It is from a very bygone era of gaming, in a lot of ways bygone, even though you could still find games like it. It's not really too common nowadays to put so much emphasis on the time management side of farming. You'll notice that most modern farming games are stepping away from putting that much emphasis on the time management, or giving you the option to not have to manage your time, kind of like Coral Island does, with like letting you adjust the clock. And I think Coral Island does it best because it's an option. If you're the kind of gamer like me, you can play the game the way you want. And if you're the kind of gamer that doesn't like time management, then you can just walk away from it, right? You'll feel better soon, Alto Girl. Yeah, I like rice and eggs. I like rice and eggs with a toasted tortilla under the rice. That's my favorite rice and eggs dish. You do a toasted tortilla, then you put a big old glob of rice, then you put slightly runny eggs, like not runny, like just yolky, slight like dippy eggs on top, and then you crack into the dippy eggs, and it goes into the rice and into the tortilla, and then you got like a little bit of bread, a little bit of tortilla to kind of eat it all up. That's one of my favorite little breakfasts. Got to be them dippy eggs. What am I doing with this cocoa bean? Have we had cocoa bean before? I think we have. Have we not? Have we not ever had cocoa bean before? Maybe this is new. Maybe this is the first time we're ever growing it. I think it is. Oh my gosh. Okay. Our first cocoa beans. Well, how about that? Also, our first lemons. I think these are our first lemons as well. Interesting. Where's my fruit chest at? Here it is. Oh no, here's the cocoa beans. Sorry, I haven't played this game in a couple days, so I'm like not remembering my organization. So give me just a moment here. Lemons are new though. Just not the cocoa beans. Okay, sick. Sick. How much is Coral Island on Steam? $29 or something. Something nonsense, some nonsense like that. I think it's $29.99. Pretty sure. Spam. I've never really been a fan of spam. I know it's like a delicacy for some people. I know my buddy from the Philippines used to tell me that spam was like something they would eat around the holidays. Like it was like an actual delicacy for them. And like for me, spam was just like massively awkward. Like I like could never wrap my head around it. Yeah, it looks like one of my aging barrels are broken and two of them aren't. I guess kind of sad to see one of my aging barrels broken, like considering I only have 3 of them. Kind of sad to see them busted up right now. I feel like that's a bug that they have to fix, man. Can I get my pickaxe back yet? Let's get a little bit more kelp essence going. Okay, sick. We'll drop this stuff off. Go see if we can get our pickaxe back. I don't think we can yet, but it'd be nice if we could. To be fair, we need more osmium kelp. We have to go farming more kelp anyways. Do you think it's worth the price? Sure, it was worth the price for me, I can tell you that much. I can't ever really speak on if it's worth the price for you as a gamer. And I think most people understand that when they ask that question. So all I can do is tell you if it was worth it for me, and the answer is yes. Yes, it was. This game was worth the price for me. Let's see what our hours are on Steam. If you equate hours is value, then I have 110 hours in this game, which is already more than AAA titles that I spend $60 on. So like, if it's an hour thing that you need to get out of value for games, then that speaks for itself. And as far as my overall experience with the game, I think that this game is actually the spiritual successor to Stardew Valley. So that's the way that I look at this game. Like, if you are a fan of Stardew Valley, if you are a fan of Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, Stardew Valley, if you like farming sims, I'm not talking life sims. You can't equate this game to like Animal Crossing. No. If you are a fan of the specific farming simulation genre, Stardew, Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons, the games that are true farming simulation games and not just games with farming in them, then you are almost guaranteed to like this game. This game, in my opinion, is the spiritual successor. This game is the next step in the farming sim genre. This game is in my heart slowly defining the genre again after Stardew Valley did, right? Like, Stardew Valley in a lot of ways defined the genre. It kind of hit the reset button. It said, this is what a farming sim should look like. Sorry, Harvest Moon, sorry, Story of Seasons. Those games are great, but Stardew Valley came out and said, this is what a farming sim should look like. And I think Coral Island is coming out now, years after Stardew, and they're saying the same thing. They're saying, actually, Stardew, you were great 5-6 years ago, but this is what a farming sim should look like. And they got some weight behind them. I'll tell you what, they got some weight behind them. This game is really well put together, despite the fact that it's still technically in like beta or whatever they're calling it. You know how it is nowadays. Beta, early access, Jabamba Mamba, whatever they want to call their half-released, half-finished game. It's not the game's not fully completed yet. So just keep in mind that if you do buy the game, there's still like more updates to come, and the game's not completely done yet. So, yo, what's up, Sandy Cheeks? Yo, thank you so much for 17 months, dude. Stardew turns 8 in February. Woo! I knew Stardew was around for about 6 years. I didn't think it was 8 though. Dang. That means that I started playing Stardew Valley about 7 years ago then. Because I picked up Stardew about a year into its existence or so. I think even less. I bought Stardew as soon as it came out, but I didn't play it for a year after its first release. So when Stardew first came out, I bought it because it was clear to me through reading reviews and stuff that the game, and like this was straight up outright said, that the game was inspired by Friends of Mineral Town Harvest Moon. And when I read that, I was like, oh, this game is for me. So I made a point to buy it, but at the time I wasn't ready to play it. So I didn't end up playing it until about a year into its release. Then I went back and loaded up. One day I was just looking for something to play, and I was like, wait, I got Stardew Valley on my computer. And I just loaded it up and I fell in love with it. Yeah. Gamers gonna be eating good this year. Elden Ring DLC, Stardew 1.6. Definitely have I'm looking forward to a good year of gaming, but I also think it's going to be a bit of a quiet year compared to last year. But that, comparison only means so much. I'm just mentioning that I think it will be a bit quieter compared to last year, while we settle into a potential new Nintendo console, right? Like, nothing's going to compare to the release of a new Zelda game for me. So like, I'm not really looking at this year as being the best year in gaming personally. And maybe it's just because I'm a little jaded because I'm a Zelda fan and I just got Tears of the Kingdom. So my little reptile brain can't comprehend how you could be more excited for this year, or even excited at all, because there's no Zelda game. So my reptile brain is over here like, I don't have anything to look forward to this year because I got Tears of the Kingdom last year. So this year I'm kind of just like, I think I'm going to be in like a void. So I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I'm certainly not like down on this year of gaming though. Like, I don't think it's going to be a bad year. I don't know. But I'm not looking at this year as being like the most profound year in gaming at all. I think it's going to be a pretty quiet year. I've been saying it's going to be the year of the indies. I think it'll be the year of the indies. I think this is going to be a very indie heavy year where we're going to be focusing on like a good amount of indie titles. Like me personally, because like I don't play PlayStation really. I don't play Xbox really. I don't play live service games. I don't really play MMOs outside of World of Warcraft. So for me, it's like I haven't played Elden Ring besides for like 2 hours. So like the current lineup of games this year is pretty dry right now. I'm really excited about Prince of Persia tomorrow though. I think Prince of Persia is going to be sick. I think AC should be a Switch 2 launch title. Yeah, as much as I think Animal Crossing was super successful, Animal Crossing's definitely no Mario, and Animal Crossing's definitely no Zelda, or no, no Metroid, right? Like, I don't know. I don't think, I've actually shared my opinion on this the other day. I don't think Animal Crossing sells consoles like that. I think, yes, Animal Crossing New Horizons had a lot of success, and yes, it has sold a lot of consoles, but if you want my opinion on it, I don't necessarily think Animal Crossing sells brand new consoles. I don't think that's how the Animal Crossing community works. I think, I sadly don't see Animal Crossing as a release title on a Nintendo Switch. I don't think so. I don't think, like, I feel like if you really put into perspective what sells video game consoles for Nintendo, and you think about your average gamer out there who like owns a Switch and like the types of games they play, I don't know. I don't see people running to buy Switches off the shelves for an AC game, especially considering the actual narrative around New Horizons is pretty negative. Like, in all reality, most people don't even like New Horizons. It's like a very bittersweet narrative because Nintendo gave up on it. All the Animal Crossing fans don't really care about it. All the casual fans don't play it anymore because it stopped being updated. So like, yeah, like again, I'm not arguing that that Animal Crossing didn't have a ton of success and didn't sell a ton of consoles, but I don't think it does that on a new Switch for a release. Like, you got to think about it in the perspective of a console release, and that's kind of my commentary on it. Is like, when a brand new console comes out and people are considering buying a new console, I don't think a release Animal Crossing game does the trick. Like, imagine you hear about the Switch 2 coming out. Now, we're going to be a little biased here because we're Animal Crossers, but think about the rest of the world. And they announce a brand new Nintendo console. And this is what they say. All right, we have a brand new Nintendo Switch coming out. We have one junky game called 1212 Switch 2 Party Game. We have Animal Crossing. And we have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe version. Now put yourselves in the shoes of your average gamer. Do you really think they're going to go and buy a $400, $300, $400 device for Animal Crossing? Sure, we will, but I don't think your average person's going to go running to strip Switches off the shelves for an Animal Crossing. That's why I think, as far as launch titles, it's got to be something like Mario. Now maybe AC alongside Mario would be really sick, or like Animal Crossing alongside Metroid Prime 4, or like Animal Crossing alongside Zelda. Maybe that's the secret. Maybe the secret is that they release AC as a launch title with Mario. Then I think they got the secret sauce. Because then the Mario fans can go out and get it. They'll grab AC on the side, right? Maybe like that's the gameplay, right? Maybe that's the play. But I kind of see AC being a year into the new Switch's life. That's kind of like that's my current industry take on it. Is like about a year into the next console's life, I think maybe we see an Animal Crossing game. But like as far as like expecting Animal Crossing to sell consoles, I really don't think that's necessarily the timeline that we're in. Yeah, like I don't think people just go and buy Switches for AC. Only like it's a very cult following at the end of the day, right? I wish Nintendo was like Steam and we could see how many active players log into Animal Crossing every day. Because I bet you it's kind of low right now. Like I bet you that despite all of Animal Crossing's success, like despite the fact that Animal Crossing sold 40 million copies or whatever it is, I wouldn't be surprised if like it's like New Leaf's numbers of like logging in every day. You know what I mean? Like I bet you like the people who like wake up and think about AC every day is probably just as small as it was with the New Leaf right now. It's just probably a very small portion of people who wake up and they're like, yeah, I'll play some Animal Crossing. I also wish the Switch had achievements and trophies. All right, let's we might have to restart our game again if our barrels aren't working. Burnout, probably. I think it's less burnout and more think about like this, like out of 40 million people, how many of those people do you think are actually Animal Crossing fans? Like fans enough to like consider themselves a part of the Animal Crossing fandom and not just like fluff is what I would like to call it. Like just people who bought the game because of like 2020 and like because of the hype, right? I just think people overvalue the amount of Animal Crossing people like that are really out there, right? Like how many copies of New Leaf sold? So New Leaf sold 13 million copies. And a lot of those were double purchases from people. Right? And then New Horizons sold 40 million. So there's 30 million people that probably bought Animal Crossing, played it for that year, and have never loaded the game up again. Yeah, I am playing on PC. How are you today, Eve? See, that's like, maybe that's a good way to look at it, right? So think about the disparity between New Leaf and New Horizons. 30 million people got introduced to New Horizons in 2020 over the past like 4 years, right? You have to figure like, sure, some of those became new fans and they probably like, oh yeah, Animal Crossing's sick. But like majority of those people aren't playing they're not Animal Crossers. They bought it, they played it, they put it down, it's on the shelf. They've never thought about Animal Crossing again. Yeah. Eve, it's just a random bug that happens. Yeah, so I didn't have a problem with it either. It just happens sometimes. Yeah, the average family gamer doesn't really know or care about AC. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I think these machines are working. Yeah, it's just like a random bug, Eve. It's only ever happened to me a couple times. All right, it looks like all my mushroom logs are back to working again. Everything seems like it's working again. Oof. Okay, we're good. But I'm just sharing my theories right now. I don't actually have any facts to back this up. Right? I'm just sharing my thoughts on, like, I kind of think that some people think that Animal Crossing is more popular than it is. And I'm just trying to be the voice of reason. Like, sadly, AC is really not that popular, chat. Like, it just sold a lot of copies of the game. Like, but I think at the end of the day, I really don't think it's that popular of a game. I wish it was. Like, I love Animal Crossing and I want it to be everybody's favorite game. But like, it's really, I don't think Animal Crossing is like, I don't think Nintendo's gonna change their whole strategy over AC. And that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, I don't think Nintendo's gonna be like, all right, dude, listen, Animal Crossing sold 40 million copies and it's gonna be the headliner for the next Switch. I don't know, maybe I'm the one who is underappreciating just the power of AC. Like, maybe AC does bring all of the gamers to the yard and people will be running into shops, stripping Switches off the shelves if they hear the word AC, Animal Crossing. But in the pits of my stomach, when I say that to myself, it doesn't really make sense. That's all it is. Like, I've been gaming since I was 3 years old, and like, I just know how this kind of works. And like, it's just a vibe check. I don't think Animal Crossing passes the vibe check. Like, is that fair? Like, does anybody else kind of have a similar feeling to me, or do you kind of think that AC is as popular as some people in the chat might think? Like, it's a vibe check for me. It's like, when I think about gaming as a whole, I don't necessarily think AC is like that. I don't know. Maybe it is. Yeah, we're jaded. Yeah, I don't all the way think it's like that game that like people are like gonna go and like rip systems off the shelves for. Like, I'm not quite sure. Palia dev team should be updating us very soon. I heard word that there was new festivals coming. Yeah, they've been pretty quiet since the beginning of the year. Yeah. I feel like Nintendo's known for Mario, AC, and Zelda. Like, when you think of Nintendo, you think of those titles. See, I don't think so. Like, there's actually a really good way to look into this really quick. There's actually a really good way to look into this. Hold on, Google search trends. Because like, I don't actually think that is the case when it comes to like, all right, so we'll say Nintendo. See if this comes up. All right, so it'll just give us like a baseline to work with. And then we'll compare this. We'll say Mario. We'll say Zelda. We'll say Animal Crossing. And then what do we say after that? Give me a Pokemon. All right, so that's all I can do, 5 right now. So now take a look at these analytics. I'm sorry for those that are here for gameplay. Please stick with me. I'm just very curious. I'm a very curious guy. Stick with me here for just a second. So take a look at these analytics real quick. Animal Crossing is the green bar. Take a look at this real quick. Animal Crossing is the green bar. Look, it speaks for itself. Look. The purple bar is Pokemon. The red bar is Mario, I believe. Here, let me turn off midnight mode. So it speaks for itself. Like, the problem is that you watch Animal Crossing streams and you hang out in Animal Crossing content circles. You got to realize how biased you are thinking that Animal Crossing is popular at all. Like, look, it's like really not necessarily. Now we're only looking the past days. So like maybe let's look over the past 5 years and see what's happened to Animal Crossing over the past 5 years. So look, you see the spike, there was the pandemic. And look, it's dead to rights since then. Look, this is over the past 5 years of people searching. So Nintendo's the blue bar, Mario's the red bar, right? Pokemon's the purple bar, Zelda's the yellow bar. So like I've had this conversation with Zelda fans in the chat. People think that Zelda's like this super relevant thing. I've said this to you all before. Zelda is not popular. It's very, very popular with people that are 40 years old. Zelda is not a popular genre, and I try to tell people this all the time. People always try to argue me that like Zelda's like super popular. It's like, no, it's not, dude. Zelda's very niche, man. Nobody's looking up Zelda content. Right? Like, look at this. Like, Zelda is on par with Animal Crossing as far as like how low people actually are looking, engaging with it on the internet. Right? Like, so and again, this is not saying that Zelda's not relevant. We all know that Zelda is a flagship title for Nintendo. We all know that. Nobody's saying that it's not. It's just, this just puts in perspective how much people care about a specific subject. Right? This just puts into perspective how much people care about a specific subject in the gaming universe, right? So like that's all this is. Like all this data needs to be taken with a grain of salt, right? It's like all this tells us is that over the past 5 years, anytime anybody went to search something, they would type into Google, and this is the results of people searching for that content. Yeah, putting The Legend of Zelda in actually just made it worse. Yeah, like The Legend of Zelda. You usually have to keep it pretty simple. You usually have to keep it like pretty simple. Yeah, so like you just got to search the word Zelda, right? So like I'm not at all saying that this like means a ton. All I'm saying is like if you take a look at the grand scheme of things, Animal Crossing is relevant, but it's not Mario. It's not Zelda, you know what I mean? Like I guess it's like on equal level with Zelda to some extent. But look at, as soon as here's when Tears of the Kingdom came out, May 14th, Zelda had its spike and then it went back down again, right? Tears of the Kingdom was such a small spike compared to like the Animal Crossing spike. Isn't that so interesting? How did Tears of the Kingdom not cause more of a spike, right? Isn't that so interesting? Isn't that so interesting that like Tears of the Kingdom could barely spike up to the first bar, but 2020 Animal Crossing, this is why people think Animal Crossing is popular. Because of this right here. They see this spike and they say to themselves, Animal Crossing must be the best thing in the universe. No, because as soon as this went down, it never really picked up again. But I will tell you this, I am kind of surprised that AC is even like on here at all. Like, believe me, before 2020, Animal Crossing was such a small little cult following, right? Right. So like, it's like, so again, my point, the reason I'm even showing this is because I'm super interested in it. I love data. Is that this is just a good indicator of the relevancy of a specific topic. So when you say to yourself like, oh yeah, like Animal Crossing sells Nintendo consoles. Like, does it really though? Like, I don't know. Maybe it does. I mean, Zelda sells Nintendo consoles and Zelda's not in here at all. So, you know, maybe a thing for me to learn from this is that it doesn't really matter how often something gets searched if there's still a core following, right? Like, you better believe Zelda sold the original Switch. And you better believe it sold more with Tears of the Kingdom. So, like, in all reality, we have to take this data with a very heavy grain of salt. Because, like, we all know that Zelda sells consoles, and Zelda's at the bottom of the barrel. So, like, you know, take this with a grain of salt. I think there's an argument to be had that Animal Crossing is just as relevant as Zelda. Therefore, why couldn't Animal Crossing also sell consoles? And I think if you said that to me, I would be like, yeah, you're right, I guess. Like, yeah. So, like, for me, this was never a conversation of Animal Crossing isn't relevant. It was more of a conversation of, would Animal Crossing be Nintendo's, like, flagship game? Like, when we think of Nintendo, do we think of Animal Crossing as one of its main games? Because I don't all the way think that that's the case. That's my point. Is like, when we think of Animal Crossing, we think of Nintendo, but when we think of Nintendo, does your average person think of Animal Crossing? I don't necessarily, maybe they do nowadays because of the pandemic. Maybe there's some like little bit of crossover nowadays because you think about 2020 and how everyone went nuts. But outside of that, like, I still don't think that Nintendo is like the first thing that, or Animal Crossing is the first thing that comes to people's minds with Nintendo. I think when you go up to a gamer and you say, "Hey, dude, have you like here's a good way to like gauge this. Like, if you went up to a 20-year-old gamer and you said, "Hey, what do you think about Nintendo? What are some of your favorite games on Nintendo?" Would they bring up Animal Crossing? After 2020, there's actually a really good chance that they probably would. Because they probably played it for like a whole year and then they were like, yeah, dude. Oh, I play some AC. Like, maybe, right? Like, maybe. But I think your average person's going to be like, I don't know, Mario. I don't know, that Tears of the Kingdom joint was fly. Pokemon, right? It's like, I don't know. I hope that we're in the era that Animal Crossing is mentioned alongside the greats like Zelda. Are we in that timeline, chat? Like, are we in that timeline? Also, I'm surprised that Fortnite is somehow not. How is Fortnite like not more popular than Mario? I mean, I guess Mario is pretty crazy. Yeah, how is Fortnite like this low on the list? Let's put Minecraft in real quick. Oh yeah, Minecraft stays relevant, dude. Minecraft stays relevant, man. Holy heck, dude. Maybe check the past year. Yeah, sure. Past 12 months. Like, yeah. I also feel like people look up AC on Pinterest because it's an aesthetic. Minecraft is another, like Pokemon, that appeals to lots of age groups. Yeah. Yeah. It's whether you put this, whether you put the different search terms in like AC or Animal Crossing, I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, all this does is say that when somebody opens up their phone, like all this that data does right here, like all you want to take away from this is this is just saying how frequently people are looking into the content for any reason. You open up Google and you say, how do I get a certain bug in Animal Crossing? How is there been an update for Animal Crossing? Is how do I find all the fruit in Animal Crossing? That's all this means. All this means is that it is relevant to the Google search engine. But what does that mean? Well, that means that it's being talked about. It's being played. It's being thought about. This counts YouTube searches. This is all Google stuff. Google Trends. Oh no, hold on. Maybe YouTube search. Yeah, let's do YouTube search. Oh, I thought it counted it. It was separated. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's even worse. Yeah, so like, you know what I mean? Like, all this says is that the relevancy, like, staying on people's heads rent-free. Staying in people's heads rent-free. Right? Like, that's what it's about. It's like, I think to a certain extent, content and search engines and all that stuff matters, because if people aren't talking about your game and searching about your game and finding secrets about your game and communities to watch and all that stuff, then there's likely a lack of interest in your game. So again, like, you just take this stuff with a grain of salt. It's not like it matters too much. It just shows, it just kind of gives you a snapshot of like what people are interested in. Right? It's pretty cool. That's why I like pulling up trends every once in a while just to see like how the relevancy of something. Frick, I don't want to pick this up. Put this back. Wait. What? Dang it. They want to keep the level of hype they had. They would have had to continue to talk about it and develop it. They know what they're doing and will never doubt that. I think it just comes down to the bottom line for Nintendo. And like I watched a video recently about Animal Crossing that I wanted to watch with all of you, so I stopped and I skimmed through it. And the video had like some pretty good points about AC New Horizons. And one of the big things that I took away from the video was the idea that like Nintendo didn't need to keep developing for Animal Crossing because it was so successful. Right? Like, in fact, Animal Crossing was a worse game because it was so successful. Like, I feel like that there's some truth to that. There's some truth to the fact that like Animal Crossing was worse off because it popped off. Because then Nintendo was like, well, sick, we have a banger. And instead of like supporting it and like turning it into a live service game, which I prefer them not to do, they were just like, okay, we got a banger. It sold 40 million copies, or at the time 20 million. Sick. We did it. We don't have to do anything else with this. It's fine. Right? Like, I feel like to a certain extent, like, not only is there a conversation to be had about like not every game needs to be a live service game, and I personally do not want to live in a timeline where like every single game we play never ends. I also think that I guess my point is like, I don't think Nintendo ever went into New Horizons planning on the game being a live service game. They never went into Animal Crossing like, oh yeah, we're gonna keep this game going for the rest of existence. So people got all weird and excited about that. And like, that's not necessarily how video games always work. But I think also because Animal Crossing was so successful, Nintendo could just collect their cash and move on. Whereas I think a lot of times when a game is less successful, there's maybe more pressure to make their investment worthwhile. And that was the point this video I watched made, which was like really, really cool. Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that there wasn't sprinklers here this whole time. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's like a conversation to be had about like, maybe if New Horizons was not as successful as it was, they would have like felt the need to like keep updating it a little bit and like try to get more people to buy it and more people to engage with it. But because the game was an instant success, they were just like, we can just sit back and collect money. Right? And like I watched this video and like I heard that point and I was like, that's actually maybe true. Like maybe like Animal Crossing New Horizons suffered from its success. It was just so freaking successful that Nintendo was like, yeah, we don't got to do anything. We ain't got to do nothing. Like we could just big chill, right? Like I don't know. Sounds sad, but it may be true. Yeah, I think to a certain extent, like it kind of was hindered by its own success. That would explain why the merch is so lazy. Yeah, they were just like, all right, frick, we got an instant classic, which like, I mean, to an extent, maybe they're like, if you had something that was super successful, like, I guess people think like, wouldn't you nourish it and like put more money into it and make it even better? And I think like, yeah, like you would think that that's how that would work until you realize that that's not how big companies work. I think big companies say to themselves, we got our investments worth. Now we can just never touch this game again. Like we got our money's worth. Let's pull out while we can type vibe, right? Like just pull out, collect our money and just move on type vibe. Like, I don't know. But again, I want to go back to that point about live service games. I don't think all games should be live service games anyways. So I have no problem with Nintendo stopping updating Animal Crossing. I think if we were to, it would be silly for us to expect 13th, 26th. All right, let's plant this starfruit. I think it would be silly for us to expect Nintendo to, oh, it's out of season. Oops. I thought it was summer. All right. Like Nintendo doesn't really release live service games. I think Splatoon is probably the closest thing to a live service game that Nintendo runs, right? Is there any other ones? Is there any other games that Nintendo puts out that is on the level of like a live service game? I really don't think so. I guess we're stuck just planting barley. I thought I had more fall seeds in here, but I guess I don't. I guess we just plant barley here. Frick, I have to tinkle, man. Tetris 99, right? Like I just thought I don't think we were ever in a timeline where Animal Crossing was going to be this game supported for years, right? That's just not a Nintendo thing, and I'm really happy, dude. I'm happy about that. I don't want Nintendo to make games and then support them for years and turn them into weird microtransaction zombies. Like, please. I'm actually okay with that not being a thing. Yeah, Pocket Camp, yeah. So just going 7 years and all we got is AC&H, Smash, Splatoon, and one other game on the Nintendo Switch Online app. What do you mean? The NOS app. Are you talking about the phone app? The phone app, maybe? Yeah, I mean, I guess that phone app doesn't really matter much though, right? The Animal Crossing stuff was really cool though. Does Animal Crossing Lego count as an update? No, not really. That's just merchandise, right? I didn't like Pocket Camp. Yeah, Pocket Camp was just a side fling for most people. Feels like lost potential. Yeah, feels like incorporating a phone app into like console gaming is just funky, and maybe they realized that like into production. What's up, Raven Queen? Yo, welcome in. Bell Bun, good to see you today. All right, I'm gonna stand up and tinkle real quick. I'll be right back. Sick. Yo, thanks for the lurks coming in. Good morning to you. I saw you pop in the chat, Miles. But anyways, nice. That was a nice soapbox. We hadn't soapboxed in a couple days, actually. Not on that level. That was more of a discussion, though, if anything. Thanks for joining, chat. Horror Island's going good. We're kind of just getting reacquainted with the game today. It's tough. I like playing games consistently because when I don't, then it's so hard to get back into the game. It takes me hours. That's why I just stopped the chat because like I'm not actually that invested in this game at the moment because it takes me hours to get reinvested, and we hadn't played for about a week. Yeah, I agree with that, Flip Toast. I do think it's super popular, despite not maybe being flagship material. And that's kind of what I was trying to say with just a lot more words. I do think if they put out games for AC and Zelda like they did for Mario or Pokemon, we would have a very different conversation. This is only for US. I wonder, yeah. I wonder if we even want to be in a timeline where they pump out Zelda games like that, though. That would just hurt the quality, wouldn't it? This hurts. Yo, good morning. If you are just tuning in, though, welcome to the show today. We're trying to get back into our Coral Island brain. We'll get there eventually. What's up, Asardi? They even said it's a game that's meant to be played for years. They gave us a load of content. Should have lasted a long time, but of course, even someone like me who didn't time travel, I played the heck out of the game. Put 1,200 hours into the game that year. Yeah. The relationship with New Horizons is a whole separate conversation. Like, even though we just talked about Animal Crossing's relevancy, we could have a whole separate conversation about why New Horizons isn't relevant now. And like how the content trickle just did not work for that game because of the pandemic. Like, I think if you really put in perspective, like let's say Animal Crossing New Horizons came out this year, and all of us Animal Crossing fans were like seething, drooling, like wait, we've been waiting for 10 plus years, right? And they finally released New Horizons. Nothing to do with 2020, nothing, right? And they released it right now, today. And then they did the same staggered content release where the game came out, there wasn't even swimming, and they slowly gave more content to the game. How many more people would still have so much to do in the game now, like years later? Like, does that make sense? Like, how much content would people have actually gone through if it wasn't for for 2020? Like, would we all still have a ton of stuff left to do in AC? Like, would you have played the game for 1,000 hours straight? Like, I don't know. Right? I don't know. Like, I think part of me feels like that's just how people game nowadays. And I don't think it has anything to do with the pandemic. It has to do with people's gaming habits. Right? Like, gamers game like TV watchers watch movies nowadays, or shows nowadays. Like, that analogy is like Netflix. Like, people who watch TV shows, I'm not one of them really. They don't watch TV like they used to. We used to sit down and watch an episode one day a week, or maybe one episode a day. And then you would, you would slowly but surely get the story unfolded to you. You'd have a reason to come back. But nowadays, you sit down, you watch the whole show, you binge it over 3 days, the show's over, you move on with your life. And I think gaming's the exact same way. So I feel like I don't think it matters when Animal Crossing released. People would have got the game, they would have put 1,000 hours into it, they would have burnt themselves out, and they wouldn't be talking about the game a year later. because that's just how gamers game, man. Gamers don't game like they used to. We're not taking our time with video games, like, right? We're playing video games non-stop until we can't stand it anymore, and then we stop playing the game and we go do something else. Like, I don't even know if it has anything to do with the time that AC came out. I think it's sincerely as gamers are a different breed now. We don't game like we used to. We're not like sitting around playing games casually. Like, gamers freaking game. They grind. They consume games. Like, that's just a normal thing. That's how gaming works, right? Where's our fall theme at? All right. Let's go to the mines, I guess. Sick. Love new animal types in the cave for gems. What's up, Dragon Tamer Mum? The only thing I would have changed for me is that I wouldn't have found streaming and I wouldn't be a streamer. Gamers go through games like potato chips. Yeah. So, like, in all reality, I think no matter what happened with Animal Crossing, I think it was always going to be a game that kind of fell short for its audience. It was just the way that they trickled the content. I feel like that was honestly the worst thing that Animal Crossing probably did as far as like development was like the whole content trickle stuff. I kind of hate it, dude. I kind of hate the idea of like releasing a game and then like trickling the game's content in, like, ugh. Like, I think a lot more people would have had a more memorable experience with AC that stuck with them for a lifetime if the game was just finished on release. But instead, I feel like a lot of people's experience with Animal Crossing stopped before the best update for the game came out. Do y'all agree with that? I bet you your average person stopped playing AC before the best freaking update even came out. 2.0 with Happy Home Paradise. Right? And it's like, dude, that sucks. They didn't even get to experience the game, dude. Like the real game, dude. Like that's whack, man. That really sucks. Nice. What's up with this? Just random lava? Fell off AC wagon before the farming part started. Yeah. So it kind of sucks because a lot of people's experience, I feel like, isn't even as fleshed out as it should have been. Dude, my new sword kicks so much butt in this game. Getting back to it now. Bum 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 bum. Ba-da-dum, dum, bum, bum. All right, we're just out here looking for osmium ore. We need to go and get bronze ore as well. That's also something that we're big time missing, is bronze ore. It'd be cool if we could make some progress here. Did we not already find a basement? I think we did. No, we didn't. Okay. Seems like we have some decent luck today. Maybe we can find a staircase quickly. The bathhouse song is actually so good. That does kind of suck, Bell Bun, I guess. But you have to admit that they made it a lot better. Like Happy Home Paradise was technically a sequel to Happy Home Designer. That's the way I looked at it. So I feel like you were paying for like a sequel to Happy Home Designer. You weren't necessarily paying for the same game, right? Kind of like a sequel in its own way. I don't know. Happy Home Designer was pretty cute with the whole like, I don't know. Honestly, I guess they were both kind of on par with each other. Because like in Happy Home Designer, you like set up schools and stuff, but you did like the same thing technically in Paradise too, right? We set up like shops and schools and hospitals. Cataloging parties and stuff. Yeah. I definitely think if there's one thing 2020 helped with AC specifically was its community. I agree with that. And the community aspect of it did make it even more fun to play because of catalog parties and all that stuff. I think to an extent all that stuff would have still happened, but nowhere near on the scale that it did. Yeah. I know as a content creator, I benefited massively from 2020 as a content creator. Like my stream wouldn't be anywhere near as successful if I didn't have a ton of people interested in watching Animal Crossing content. I 100% do agree with that. So that did add a lot to the experience. So I do agree with you there. It did make a big difference. Blessed Opal Ring? What is that? All right, let's get out of here. Same thing, just on islands. I mean, kind of, just more updated systems and stuff. Like the 3DS version of Happy Home Designer didn't quite have the same technology. But you're not wrong, Bella Bun. It is kind of the same thing, just on islands. Just with like a more modern approach. Yeah. Oh, we got 2 more bat wings. Yo! How many do we need for that freaking quest? 5? Increases chance of finding rare items. Okay. 5. Frick, we're getting so close, dude. 2 more. 2 more bat wings. I don't know if I want to rock the opal ring. I like my ring. I like my ring of speed and my light ring. I met Lyle on New Leaf last night. Yeah, I don't like Lyle much. Ooh, level 10 mining. Nice. We got level 10 on 2 skills today. Sick, dude. Actually sick. All right. All right, we got all of the mining skills finally. All of the mining skills. Good to see you here today, Zompe. Appreciate you tuning in. Either way, if there's one thing that I didn't say during our lovely discussion about the future of Nintendo Switch, is that I would love to see Animal Crossing as a release title. Even though I part of me feels like it wouldn't happen, I would be obsessed with that. Wouldn't that be so sick? Wouldn't that be the absolute sickest timeline, chat? that we got a new Animal Crossing on release, dude. Oh my gosh, dude. We can hope for, we can bless, we can HDes bless for that one to come into existence. That would feel so good. I've been saying this since the release of New Horizons. I don't even see them going that hard with the next AC. I see them using the same exact engine that we have right now. Like personally, I see them using the same exact engine and they just make a new game in it, which doesn't take as long as far as development goes. And maybe because of that, we do see it sooner than later. I'm not sure, Zampe. I would have to go back in time and see if there's some kind of trend, right? I'm not sure. Sounds about right, though. Sounds about right. Yeah, no, I think they meant not that it was 2 years for each new game, that they were saying like 2 years into a new console's life is, I think, what they were saying. So like, wasn't it every Animal Crossing released 2 years into a console's life? And I think there is some truth to that. Sounds about right. For the Switch, I guess it would have been 4 years in, which is already debunks that a little. Yeah. All right, nice. We got a hearty harvest here today. Dude, I'm so sad that they're shutting down the Twitch app on Switch. I'm so sad my 5 minutes of fame are going away. What's up, Fudge? Good to see you today. They are? Yeah, they stopped supporting it. I think it's a Twitch thing. I think Twitch just came to the conclusion that it wasn't worth their money to keep updating and making better. I guess. Not too sure, but they announced that it will be discontinued this year. I don't know when, but it's going to be discontinued. We'll never forget. Thank you, Chet. Dude, I love that pumpkins regrow in this game. That's so nice. Dude, it's so satisfying harvesting, dude. Oh my gosh. All right, our inventory's got to be full. No, not yet. Okay. It's actually so hard to see what I still need to harvest when it comes to the sweet potatoes. You can't really see that it's ready to be harvested. There's like a button you can press, but still. We'll go ahead and we'll do fall day 2 here. Crazy how they stopped the making of games, which they've been doing recently, or kind of how they stopped the making of games. Yeah, I'm sure y'all heard about them like taking certain games out of like production, essentially, is like a good way to word it, even though that's not quite exactly what's going on. And like people are thinking there's going to be like a Nintendo Select system where they're going to like put a bunch of games on sale permanently with the whole Nintendo Select system that they used to do. Either way, it's looking more and more like we are going to be getting a new console here at some point. There's a lot of speculation that them messing with their games like this just is another, just one more point on top of the many, many, many points that we are going to be getting a new console. I know a lot of people are like kind of mixed feelings about it, but I think it's pretty obvious that we're nudging towards the timeline. I think it's pretty obvious, like whether or not you agree that we are 100% getting a new system like by the end of the year or into 2025. I think it's kind of fun to just at least look at the speculation and be like, ooh, like, are we getting closer? Like, I feel like we kind of are, dude. I feel like we kind of are. Just one little step closer. It's a pretty exciting time. We're in a pretty exciting timeline right now because in February we have a potential direct, which is always super exciting, right? Potential direct hype is always a blast. Just the excitement of a direct on the way is just fun energy, right? So we have that. We're in a year where there's a lot of mystery around what Nintendo's gonna do next. And there's a pretty good chance that they deliver on something new, right? Like, we're in a pretty exciting time right now as far as Nintendo. I don't think so, Olive Garden. I think we just get an updated version of what we already have. I think the truth is that we just get a very updated version of what we already have. I think Nintendo, for once in their freaking existence, doesn't try to be different. I feel like that is the hottest take. If you've been following Nintendo for their whole journey, this is honestly a very hot take. But I think for the first time in their existence, they don't try to reinvent the freaking wheel, man, and they just commit to a Switch 2. I think it happens, dude. I think it happens, man. There's no need for them to get crazy. I feel like they know this. I don't know. Clearly the Switch is like a really well put together idea. So I'm not just like speculating this like based off of like I don't know, like this is a pretty solid theory. Like, I think Nintendo knows that the Switch is the best timeline for their product. They finally combined their products into one universe. Like, I just feel like it's almost a no-brainer. Right? It's like almost like a no-brainer that you just release more of the same. Like, you're in a good place. Yeah, that's true, Lazy Stoneheart. That's true. Yeah, I think we're gonna get controller switch up. Yeah. I think they're gonna iterate on the controller. I don't think Nintendo takes kindly to the controllers being bad. I've shared that thought before. I think we all know how bad the Nintendo controllers are. It's not exclusive to Nintendo. I've heard PlayStation 5 controllers getting really bad stick drift as well. I think Nintendo knows that they made a mistake with the Joy-Cons. They literally lost, I think, more than one lawsuit about it to Europe and America. And Nintendo's a pretty respectable company. Like, they're still a massive corporation trying to take everybody's money. But they're a pretty respectable company. I think they have enough respect, like self-respect, to like not release Joy-Cons again. Right? Like, that's a pretty fair statement for me to make. I don't think that they released the Joy-Cons broken again. Like, I think they do something to approach the situation. Right? Cult of the Lamb is on sale today. Do I buy it? Nice. Did they put it on sale for the release of the DLC or whatever? That's actually pretty cool of Cult of the Lamb to do that. They just released a new DLC and they put it on sale. That's pretty cool. Or it's not DLC, it's a free update. Excuse me. Yeah, I think it's just a free update, yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think Nintendo has enough self-respect to give us something better than Joy-Cons next time. And I hope we can all hope and pray, man, because let's be real, the Joy-Con sucks. The Joy-Cons suck, man. At least the drifting part. Maybe you are somebody who enjoyed the layout of the Joy-Cons, even though they were kind of small. And like, that's cool if you did actually enjoy that. But I think Joy-Cons just need to go entirely. I think they go back to more traditional controller grips. And then my only gripe is then it becomes less portable. So that's the problem. Like, Nintendo has to deal with that. Like, the problem that needs to be solved is how do you keep the console still fitting in a pocket but give it one of these? I'm glad that it's not my job to figure that out. That's out of my pay grade. That, I think, is the true equation that they are going to have to solve, is how do you keep the Switch a portable legend that fits nicely in a pocket or a purse or a case, but you give it one of these. Give us a real grip. Give us a real thing to hold on to while we're using our Switch handheld. And I think that's like what they need to figure out. If they can figure out how to keep it feeling really good and keeping the essence of the portable device alive, but giving it a real ergonomic grip to hold on to, I think that they win, right? I think that's like the difference in I think the next Switch is going to be the same device, just upgraded with better grips on the controllers. Right now, maybe instead of focusing on the grip, they just fix the joysticks and they keep the Joy-Cons design. I would be okay with that. I would be okay with that. Like, I think there's a timeline where they just keep the Joy-Con designs, but they just fix the drift problem. I would be okay with it, because the truth is that I'll just go use some third-party device. Like, I don't care. Like, if they release a Switch 2, yeah, we're talking about the Switch 2. And if they give us the exact same Joy-Cons, but they just fix the drift problem, whatever. I'm not going to complain. I have a Pro controller. I can use third-party. There's third-party stuff out there to make it really nice. Right? Like, at the end of the day, whatever, man. Because I don't think that there's necessarily a problem with Joy-Cons. Do you all agree here, chat? Like, do you really have that big of a problem with the Joy-Cons outside of the size of them? I think I'll tell you my two biggest problems with the Joy-Cons. You guys ready for it? 1, a little bit small for my gorilla hands. 2, the D-pad is atrocious. Like, let's just be 100% honest. The D-pad is probably the worst D-pad Nintendo has ever released. Ever in history. Like, let's be real. Like, do I have a real problem with Joy-Cons? No. I think they're cool. You can put them into a separate little thing. They're not bad. But this D-pad is the worst D-pad I've ever seen in existence. This is the worst D-pad in gaming history. Like, I'm just gonna be real, dude. Like, this is the worst D-pad in gaming history. It is literally garbage. Like, that's not a D-pad. This is 4 separate buttons pretending to be a D-pad. These are 4 separate buttons that woke up and decided to identify as a D-pad. And let me tell you, you're not a D-pad, homie. You're not. You're 4 buttons. And that's not how that should work. So, like, as a gamer, I think that's the biggest mistake the Joy-Cons made. The size of the Joy-Cons are fine. It is what it is. You know, not everything's gonna be made for massive monkey hands like mine. I am a gorilla. I am an ape. And I get that not every controller is gonna be made for me. That's fine. It can be a little small. Like, I'm fine. I'll put it into a grip. I'll play the console on my TV. I don't care. Right? Like, I'm fine with that. I think the only real fundamental problem with the Joy-Cons was the D-pad. Otherwise, like, they felt a little bit cheap in my hands. I'll be honest, when you take a Joy-Con out of the console, they do feel a little dinky. There's something about this that feels dinky, like Dinkelberg. Just almost like it's a little too close to a toy. And again, I think this is a size problem. I think this is like a size problem for like me as a gamer. They feel dinky. They feel like little toys that can get lost in your toy box next to your Buzz Lightyear. Like, they feel a little dinky. And I'm not really a big fan of my controllers feeling dinky. I like my controllers to have some substance to them. Like, I want my controllers to feel a little bit heavy, a little bit, you know, I want to feel like there's something in my hands, right? But you got to keep in mind, they were made to be attached to the Switch. So, do we really want the Joy-Cons to be these heavy, massive things? No, at that point, you're going to start hurting my old man wrist. My wrist can't be handling that nowadays. And like, jokes aside, the Switch as a whole has a really nice weight to it. When you combine the Joy-Cons, it's like a really nice weight. It does feel really good as one full device. So it's, again, like, I don't really think the Joy-Cons are a bad idea. I think by design, the Joy-Cons are pretty cool. And they create a pretty decent experience when you play the Switch like this. It's not too bad. Again, I would prefer a grip. And I have a third-party device to do that. But I think, and it's not bad. It's not too bad. It could just be a little bit more, maybe there's a little bit something here to hold on to, right? But not too bad. I think at the end of the day, if I really had to complain, it's the D-pad. I don't like the D-pad. Of course, the drift, we all can agree the drift sucks. All the buttons are pretty clicky. All the buttons feel pretty good. They're all pretty clicky. I'd say at the end of the day, the Joy-Cons aren't really that bad besides for a couple little things, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's hard to complain about the Joy-Cons because I think that they do a really good job for what they're for. That's kind of my take, is I feel like the Joy-Cons are kind of hard to complain about because they do a really good job for what they are for. There are controllers that are made to be attached to a handheld device that you can just so happen to split off and use differently. I think once you take them off, maybe they start to lose their glamour a little bit. I think once you unattach a Joy-Con from a console, then you start to see its flaws. And maybe like they could have did a better job somehow with that. I don't really know. Again, that's why I don't get paid to like design these things. I'm not a product designer, right? And they have plenty of money, just like Jevico said, to pay plenty of people to like figure out how to make these products work really well. I would prefer an option for XL Joy-Cons. I mean, that would be kind of cool. I would like that. Yeah. I always try to be as I always try to be as unbiased as possible when I share these types of opinions. And I try to identify that, is it a me problem or is it a true problem of the product? And that's my whole point, is that like, at the end of the day, are the Joy-Cons really that bad? No, not really. Like, they're actually pretty okay. Would you guys agree? Like, I think they're pretty good. Like, they're really not that bad. They just don't all the way work for me personally. And I'm okay with that, you know? And then I think there's a couple things that are really bad. Like I said, the D-pad is my biggest gripe. I think, in fact, I have a whole separate Hori Joy-Con that has a real D-pad. Just one. It was actually gifted to me by Princess Shrew. She sent me a single left Joy-Con with the real D-pad from Hori, just so when I want to play with Joy-Cons, I have a real D-pad. I had to. It was like just a cute one, a single Joy-Con for the left side of the controller, like just to make sure that I had that proper D-pad experience for when I'm playing old games specifically. Frick, I need bronze, and they're not giving me any bronze, dude. What terrible luck. Yo, what's up, Allie? Nice. That was some good. That was a good chunk. We got 11 there. Okay. So bad at analog stick for some reason. For games like Celeste and Trackmania, I always use D-pad. Yeah, same. It gives you a certain level of control. I think that's Wi-Fi. Yeah, you get like a certain level of control with a D-pad that you can't really get with just like buttons, or like with the control stick, excuse me. Coco winning. That's so funny, dude. I've played a couple games on the Switch using a single Joy-Con before, and it does get weirdly hand crampy. Yeah. I think it's kind of funny that when the Switch first released, they really tried to push the party aspect of the Switch. Like, bring it to a party and put it down on a table and play multiplayer games on a tiny screen with 8 people. And it was like, sometimes I wonder, like, did Nintendo really intend people to do that? Is that something that people in like maybe Japan do? Like, do people actually bring their Switch, put it down on a table, bust out 8 Joy-Cons and all play on a screen that's the size, like, smaller than a tablet? Like, do people actually sit down and do that? Like, I don't think so. I really don't think that that's how the Switch gets used ever. So it's kind of funny because Nintendo like really tried to push that concept with the Switch's original release. Like, put it down on a table and play with everybody. Like, or we could just plug it into a television, buy 8 of your overpriced controllers, and all just actually play the game. I don't know. That's not how you're using your Switch? Yeah, yeah, I guess I'm using it wrong, I guess. The Switch was kind of marketed towards kids, the system itself. Kind of, yeah, I could kind of see that argument. Yeah, I could kind of see that. I don't even think I have 8 friends. Yeah, I mean, I guess the one time in my life I had 8 friends was when I was a kid. So yeah, fair. And even then it was only 6, let's be honest. Even though the screen was impossible to see. Yeah, like that's like the one scenario. Like I could seriously see bringing a Switch to school and like putting it on the lunch table and like passing a Joy-Con off to my friend and like playing with them. Like I could see the Switch having some kind of unique, like some fun use like that a little bit. It's just funny because like they really did market the heck out of the Switch to be that. And like it really doesn't get used much by people that way. It's mostly a solo device, or you plug it into a TV for party games, right? It's just kind of funny. Let's go to the roof of this skyscraper and play some Wii Fit out for the Switch. I'm dying. Yeah. I brought it to an airport and played in the lounge with my family once. The small screen was nice in a pinch. Yeah, I think I've taken my Switch out of my house like 3 times and actually used it in public. And like, usually it was going out to eat. Like what I would do is like, you know how people like take themselves on a date? You know what I mean? So I take myself on a date and I would go to like a restaurant and then I would just put my Switch down on the table and just play it. Like hanging out, just like have it put up on the table, just sitting there playing, waiting for my food to come instead of like bringing a book or something. And that was like probably as far as I ever went with it. Taking it out. Otherwise, my Switch has always just kind of been at home. All right, nice. Fall the 14th. My Switch goes everywhere with me. Yeah. I don't take mine out of the house much. All right, the Harvest Festival's tomorrow at 7 p.m. in Alun Square. Okay. Maybe the marketing team was being too ambitious. And I also know that like they simultaneously market to the like Japanese audience as well. I'm sure they have like similar commercials. And I know like in Japan, it's like way more common for people to like take their consoles with them out in public and like bust them out on the bus. Like you don't see a lot of that here in America, at least not where I'm from. Like I have like sincerely never ever seen somebody bust out a Nintendo Switch in public ever from where I'm from. Ever. Like I said, I've done it myself, but I have never been like hanging out in public once in my life and seen somebody pull a Nintendo Switch out and start playing. No, that's a lie. When I was working at a pizza shop one time. Yes, that's a lie. One time when I was working at a pizza shop before I started streaming, this kid came in and started playing Breath of the Wild waiting for his pizza. And I was like, oh, hey, what up, gamer? And then we talked like a little bit about it. So like, yeah, like I don't see that stuff at all. Like I never see people pull out consoles where I'm from. And I think that's because of where I'm from type situation. I think just where I grew up and like where I'm from, like you just don't see that kind of stuff. I see Switches on the metro and bus pretty often. Yeah. Now, I am a little bit out of touch because I haven't taken a metro or a bus in years because I used to take the bus like every day before the Switch came out. Like I was always a public transportation guy up until the Switch came out. But when the Switch came out, I was working in the same city that I was living and I could walk 10 minutes to work. And like my frequency of using buses went down massively. So like, I bet you like maybe if I were on public transportation, maybe I'd see it more often. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. but my own personal experience right now is like I don't really see it anywhere. And now that I'm out in like the country, it's like you almost don't expect it to see it out here, because like people just don't live their life like that out here. It's different. You just drive to where you have to go, then you go back home. Ohio's just boring like that though. Yeah. I always bring my Switch with me when I travel, but I rarely bust it out and actually play it. Funnily enough, I always bring it with me, but I rarely bust it out and play it because like all the games that I would play on my Switch, I'm so used to playing on a TV screen that it feels like a downgrade, so I just don't even touch it. Every once in a while I can though. Like every once in a while, if I'm on a long bus ride, I'll like bust it out and play it for like an hour. But yeah, I don't actually catch myself playing my Switch too often when I bring it with me on my long trips. I'd say like, let's say I've traveled for about, like in 2023, I probably traveled for like a total of maybe like 40, 50 hours, maybe. I probably only played my Switch for like an hour. Like I usually just end up doing something else. It's because I'm so spoiled by playing my Switch on a screen that I don't even consider my Switch a handheld device, really. I'm kind of spoiled by my TV screen. Yeah, I'm pretty spoiled by my TV screen like that. Are you going to TwitchCon Europe? Somebody asked. What's up, Diva? I don't even know when TwitchCon Europe is. But probably not. Maybe. I would really like to go to TwitchCon Europe. But will I be able to go? Maybe. I'm not sure. My Switch is only ever docked to charge. Yeah, like I'm very much a TV console gamer nowadays. I grew up playing a ton of handheld gaming, but ever since the DS era, I have not really been a handheld gamer. I kind of gave up on that life, chat. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of gave up on that life, dude. I'm not gonna lie. I noticed it when I bought the 3DS. Because when I bought the 3DS, I played A Link Between Worlds and I played Pokemon Moon, and like that was it. I found myself less and less often making a point to stop and sit down and play a game handheld when I had the option of playing a game on TV. I'm just kind of past that era of handheld gaming in my life. So it's definitely me. It's definitely a me thing. Yeah, dude, I love the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games. Bum 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 bum. I'm looking for flowers to turn into honey. Grab these irises. Honestly, honey takes forever to produce in this game. I kind of like it. Nice. Yeah. See, like, Animal Crossing for me was always a console game. That's why I didn't even really get into New Leaf. I bought New Leaf and I played the heck out of it for about a year, and like I just never really played it again besides for being a streamer. Because again, for me, like Animal Crossing, my first experience with AC was on a TV screen. So a lot of people's like experiences with Animal Crossing are very different than mine. Very different. Because when they think AC, they think Wild World. They think New Leaf. And I'm like, dude, those are the two worst AC games. Like I put City Folk so much further ahead of New Leaf, it's not even a joke. I put City Folk so much further. Like if I were to actually rank a tier list of Animal Crossing games and my personal experience with them, not ranking them by their merits, but ranking them by my personal experience, it would be like Animal Crossing GameCube would be S tier. City Folk would be like S tier. New Leaf and Wild World would be like C or B. And New Horizons would be like A or B. Maybe like B for New Horizons. Yeah. Like New Leaf and like New Horizons would probably be like a B. Wild World would be a C. City Folk and Animal Crossing GameCube would both be S tier. And again, I'm not saying that the games are that's not a judge on the game's merits. That's a judge on my personal experience with the games. I played so much more City Folk, so much more Animal Crossing GameCube, and so much more New Horizons not docked, specifically docked, than any of the handheld Animal Crossings. Again, not that I didn't put hundreds of hours into Wild World. And I put a good, maybe 300 hours into New Leaf over the years. So I love the games. I played the heck out of them. But yeah, miss me with that handheld Animal Crossing nonsense. Yeah, miss me with the handheld. City Folk is updated graphics Wild World. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. City Folk is literally just the better Wild World. That's how I've always looked at it. Wild World is a beautiful game. City Folk is a better game. Yeah. City Folk is just Wild World. Everything that Wild World did, but better. The music, the graphics, the villager interactions, the collection, the everything is, it's just Wild World to the 10th degree. I have a question, but I don't really want to seem like a dummy asking. I'm curious, what did you think of Cult of the Lamb? Why would you be a dummy for asking what my opinion is on a game? Yeah, you're okay. No need to overthink that, but thank you though. Cult of the Lamb was cool. We played it. We enjoyed it. It was fun. I haven't played it since. That's about it. That's all I got to say. Fun game. I played it. I liked it. Never finished my playthrough of it. Never went back to it, but it was fun. It was fun. New Leaf did update 2.0 better than New Horizons. I don't know. When I picked up New Leaf, 2.0 was already out. So I never played New Leaf without 2.0. So I have nothing to compare to. Yeah, I picked up New Leaf and 2.0 just came out. So I only know New Leaf as a game that has all of the features of 2.0. So yeah, I don't know. As far as like which one updated their game better, like I don't know actually. But I feel like if you count the DLC with New Horizons, the DLC is pretty good. And I don't even really like decorating. But I guess if you don't count the DLC, which is like a separate game, I guess. Yeah. No, I mean, I wasn't sharing hatred. Hatred is a pretty harsh word to put into my mouth. Not that you were being like, I know you're just joking, but please don't put words into my mouth or feelings into my mouth. I never said I hated handheld gaming. I literally grew up on handheld gaming. My first ever personal console was a big brick Game Boy with Pokemon Blue and Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. I am always going to have a love for handheld gaming. I just said I outgrew it. I just outgrew handheld gaming. I got spoiled by televisions and PlayStation 3s and specifically PCs. PC gaming ruined me as a gamer. Once you start PC gaming, it's kind of hard to go back to a screen the size of a phone, right? Does anybody here agree with that? Like, once you start PC gaming, like, you know how hard it is to pick up a DS and be like, this is a blast. Like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I got spoiled by 1080p monitors, dude. Like, I just outgrew handheld gaming. Like, I love handheld gaming, and I still to this day try to pick up my handheld consoles and play them. I just don't have the patience for tiny screens anymore. That's it. Like, I just don't have the patience for tiny screens. I just want to play things on big, juicy screens. I want big, beautiful, juicy screens. Like, that's all it is. Like, it has nothing to do with, there's no hatred. Shepard, I have not ran into that glitch yet. No. Yeah, it's like, that's all it is. I just got spoiled over these years, man. As a gamer, I've kind of evolved, and once I got into PC gaming, dude, it just changed how I approached gaming for good. That's why I'm like not interested in a Steam Deck, because it's like I don't need a smaller screen PC. But for some people, Steam Deck is amazing. For me, it's like I don't care. I'll just play on my PC. Anything I can play on Steam Deck, I can play on PC, and I'm okay with that. I don't need like on the go. Right? Yeah. My Switch stays docked. Yeah, so does mine. Yeah. But yeah, I knew you were joking. Yeah, I just wanted to make it clear that I don't have like any kind of disdain towards handheld gaming. It's just not for me anymore. But you better believe, like, I'm currently kind of rebuilding my Game Boy Advance collection. I'm kind of sort of rebuilding my Game Boy Advance collection. Like, sometimes I sit down and I think, you know, I'll sit down and curl up in the corner of my couch and I'll bust out my Game Boy Advanced and I'll play some Minish Cap, and it's always a good time. Like, where I'm going to have enough time to play a full-fledged game. America don't got trains, so where I am, I'm going with the PC in my pocket. Yeah. For me, it's like, I went from being like, handheld gaming was almost my main gaming as a kid for like until the GameCube, to like, now handheld gaming is like a novelty to me. It's like something I do when I'm just looking for a quick fix. Right, like, I'll give you an example of like what handheld gaming is to me. The other day, I was in the mood to game, but I didn't want to sit in front of my computer. And I was like, well, what do I do? And I'm like, well, I have a dock in the living room. I was like, but do I really want to set the dock up because it wasn't set up to the TV? Like, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't I grab my GameCube controller Joy-Cons? Yeah, baby. Why don't I plug those bad boys into my Switch? And why don't I play some Fire Emblem Blazing Sword for the Game Boy Advanced on my Switch? Just a random little fling. I loaded it up. I ended up playing it for like 6 hours. I was like, oh yeah, that was sick. All while relaxing on the couch playing some DBZ. For me, that was like a fling. That was like a out of the ordinary experience. It was like a special occasion. It's like I pulled out the fine china, you know? Oh yeah, like let's go on the couch and play some games. We never do this. Right? Whereas like for a lot of people, that is literally how they game. They get off of work, they curl up on the couch, and they bust out some video games, right? Like that's like a very special occasion for me as a gamer. Right? Like Ooh, let's go sit on the couch and game. I'm so used to gaming in my computer chair. I'm so used to gaming like at my computer. I've been gaming like at my computer for years. Like this is just like where my home is as a gamer. I sit right here. I play my games. Yeah, like so like I have a very strange relationship with games when it comes to like comfortability and like I almost don't even like lounging to game. Like I can't remember the last time that I lounged to game besides from when that story I just told you. Like now that I'm saying this out loud, it actually sounds crazy, but like rarely am I comfortable on a couch playing video games. I'm almost always like straight back sitting in a computer chair, sitting at a PC chair. I haven't gamed on a couch in years, really. Like I don't do that regularly at all. Like not even close. It's always in front of my PC. So it's like it's kind of crazy to like say it out loud because it's like, wow, I should probably go do some more couch gaming, shouldn't I? Now that I think about it, maybe I should do some couch gaming. You know what would help the amount of couch gaming I do though is if I had a good TV. To be fair, I don't have a good TV at all. My TV's like this super old LCD. All my money went into my computer monitors. So like, I don't actually have a good TV at all. Like the little TV that I have upstairs in the living room is like a monitor from 2012. And it's like this little dinky thing. Yeah, so like, maybe if I invested in a proper living room setup, I would enjoy it a lot more. I never used my living room, was always gaming on the computer. I forced myself to hang in the living room. So I get off the computer in bed now, and I have a hard time gaming on the computer. Oh, you've like flipped the script. You flipped it. I've also been trying to get out of the computer more though. So like, to be fair, I actually can relate to that a lot. I've been like making a point to like get off the computer and go and like hang out in my living room. I just right now, when I'm in my living room, I'm usually just watching stuff. But like maybe this year we'll take it to the next level and we'll like invest in a new TV or something. Maybe. I'm so bad about treating myself to anything ever. All right, this can go in here, I think. All right, not bad. Not a bad little day of mining. Did Twitch used to have ads? What happened with it? Because I haven't seen an ad since watching. Yeah. We don't run them here. I take the sacrifice of letting Twitch run pre-rolls so that I don't have to run them at all. It's a bit of a trade-off. You'll find some communities on Twitch prefer to have control over ads, so they run them every hour so that people don't have to watch them when they click on the stream. Whereas I'm okay with people watching them when they click on the stream so that I don't run them ever while you're here relaxing. It's like a little bit of a trade-off. Does that make sense? So you can only have it one way or the other. That's how Twitch is, sadly. You can only have it one way or the other. You either run ads every hour and then people don't have to watch what we call pre-rolls, which is a ad right when you click on the stream initially. And then the other way around is to just let people watch pre-rolls, but then you don't have to run them in the middle of your show. Yeah. So they do still have ads, but the streamers you watch are cool. Right. And also ads are like affected by like where you live. And like sometimes you're just lucky and you don't get one. That's always like a good day when you click on a stream and you just like don't get an ad. You're just like, oh, sick. I don't mind pre-rolls. Yeah, me either. It's tough. It's really tough making those decisions as a creator because it's like I prefer to prioritize the community of people who found my stream versus being found by new people. It's tough. It's super tough. It's like basically over these years, I've decided to prioritize all of you that are already here enjoying the show. Versus the other side of that coin is prioritizing the people who are maybe new, like new potential viewers. You see, I don't get a ton of those because people don't want to watch ads. So they click on my stream, they get 30 seconds of ads, and generally they probably click away. They're like, oh, screw this. It's not worth it. I don't even know who this guy is. But for all of you who do know who I am, you stick around. You watch the stupid pre-roll because you know that once you get past that, you're not going to see another one for the rest of the show. Right? So it's like, I prefer to prioritize all of you lovely humans who already call this place home, because I think that's just my personal decision. I think that's where my priorities align, is making sure that you who are here get to just enjoy the show. Just boom. No, I can't do anything about the pre-rolls. The only control I have over the pre-roll Neanderthal is if I just ran the ads myself. That's what Twitch, that's the whole game with Twitch. The whole game with Twitch is this is what they do to creators. They say to you, hey, listen up, creator. And I'm like, yeah. And Twitch says, all right. No matter what, if somebody clicks on your stream and they're not a subscriber, they're going to watch 30 seconds of ads. But you can turn that off if you just manually run ads or do the automated system, whatever. Manually, you choose to run them every hour. And for every 3 minutes of ads an hour, pre-rolls get disabled for a whole hour. Does that make sense? So if I were to run 3 minutes of ads on my channel once an hour, pre-rolls would be disabled always. That's the trade-off. So Twitch tries to play a game to encourage ads to be ran on the platform. And they say you either turn off the pre-rolls and run them yourself, take a break, do something like healthy, or you don't run them, but then we do, and you have no control over it. And they run them only when you click on the stream initially, or if you like refresh, sometimes you can get caught in an ad loop, which sucks. So that's kind of how it works. Just for knowledge sake, I figured I'd share. So like I said, and I just, over the years, I've chosen to just prioritize the experience as a whole versus the pre-rolls. And it's a hard decision. There's an argument for both sides of the conversation, right? Some people would argue that pre-rolls should be disabled because then you get new people to show up and watch the show, because like a new person is less likely to sit through an ad if they don't know what's on the other side of the ad, right? Like, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this, but has anybody ever like sat through a 30-second ad just to instantly realize that the stream sucks? And I'm not saying this to be rude, but like sometimes that's whack. Yo, thank you, by the way, for 3 months, Legless. So like you're like, oh, let me see what this person's doing in Mario. And then you click on it, you sit through 30 seconds of ads, and you're like, actually, I don't want to be here at all. Well, see, after you deal with that a couple times, you get jaded. And you just go back to your follower list where you know that even if you're not subscribed to that person, you know that you're gonna get value behind that ad. And you're like, so I will sit through these 30 seconds. And that's the problem with pre-rolls. Whereas the difference for me is I say, all right, so, you know, maybe 2 out of every 3 people who click on my stream are going to just run away. They're going to be like, nah, screw it, not worth it. But instead, the people here who can't afford to support or who choose not to get a more rich experience. And the truth is that that's better for my show, but not every show. Some streamers out there, they have a different style of show, and that's okay. And they do what's best for them. But I've learned that here in our little corner of Twitch, that it's better for all of you to just be able to relax. People watch me while they're feeding their baby. People watch me while they're going to sleep. People watch me while they're at work. And I don't want to put you through ads while you're relaxing. You throw me up. You know how many people throw me up on the television? Right? Like, they throw me up on the TV, they go sit on the couch. Right? I don't want to like just like throw a bunch of ads at you because you can't escape them at that point. You can't like, you're not like me, like on PC. You can't just like click over and just mute the browser for a second. So once I started realizing that a lot of people actually watch me while they're doing their chores around the house and stuff, I started thinking really hard about it. And I was like, what about their experience? What about them? They can't stop and just mute the stream until the ads are done. They have to sit there and listen to 4 trucks. Down, 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 down. Come get your 4 today. And you're like, it's like screaming at you. The volume's always 3 times louder than anything you were watching. Right? And it's like, I don't like this. Like, so this is why, just to kind of give y'all some insight into my soul and like why I made the decision I made, is because like, that's not good. Like, it's because I hate it and I know other people hate it. That's really what it comes down to. Is like, you guys are going to learn this a lot about my show. If I think something's stupid, I don't do it to all of you. I treat people the way I want to be treated. And the truth is that I hate ads, dude. I'm an ad hater. If there's one thing you should know about me, I hate ads. I hate them so much from the depths of my soul that I just can't find it in my heart to put that on other people. Maybe one day I'll change my mind. Maybe one day our content will evolve and we'll have like a little bit more freedom to like run ads or something. But for right now, for me, it's like, I don't ever want this, dude. I don't ever want to do that to the people who come to my show. And then you can add another layer of conversation about the fact that I feel like people who watch your stream are supporting me enough. And like, not every supporter needs to be supporting me monetarily. And that some people can't afford to watch Twitch with subs, and some people also choose not to watch content and sub. And I think that those people are valued to just as much. I feel like I'm an old school guy, and I grew up on the era where content creation was just something you did because it was cool. And like, getting money for it wasn't something that mattered. You just put on YouTube, you just made YouTube videos about hamsters on pianos because it was something that you wanted to be in the universe. A hamster on a piano. And I kind of channel that energy as a creator. That's kind of, I've come to the conclusion in 5 years of creating content that there are more important things than a couple bucks in my pocket. And I like to channel that energy. So when somebody shows up to my show and they choose not to sub, they're just the kind of person that's like, I don't want to give anybody my money. Well, your viewership is enough support for me. Plus, that pre-roll that you watch, I get money for that anyways. So just an icing on the cake, just like to kind of conclude on a positive note, that little pre-roll that you watch for 30 seconds, I actually get paid for that. So like, at the end of the day, you're helping me regardless. Like, whether or not you realize it, not only is your viewership so valued and appreciated, I get a little bit of a kickback for those pre-rolls that you have to watch anyways. I get a little something kicked towards me, a little baby something. So like, yeah, you know, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, dude, that's not what it's about for me. I'm proud to be able to do what I do, and I prioritize the experience of my show above all else. Specifically, the experience for the people that have already found me, and the people that have hit the follow button, and the people that come by every day. like, I think that you guys matter. You know, you at what point do you stop catering to growth? And at what point do you start catering to the people that are here today, right now? And that's a pretty deep question to ask a content creator, right? I feel like you should always be striving to grow your channel. Always. You should always be looking to change your content and grow. I'm going through a lot of growth right now with my channel. A lot of changes, trying to find my next goal with my channel. But at the end of the day, I think I hit a certain point to where it all kind of came out of the wash for me, right? Like it all hit me. And it was like, I have 20,000 people who are following my channel, with 300 people, usually different people, that show up every day. I'll play Pokemon, it'll be a different 300 people. Some of the same, some different. I play Animal Crossing, a different group of people. Zelda. At a certain point, it hit me. These are the people I should be taking care of, dude. Like, enough is enough. I've grown, and if I keep growing, I'm happy. I'm never going to stop wanting to grow. But there's 20,000 people that I need to be taking care of and creating content that they know they love. You show up every day. You're here for me and my show. And I think you should be prioritized above anything else in my journey. Right? And I think there's a lot to, I think that's a very powerful message to your average creator. And I think it comes down to like practicing gratitude and like understanding that at a certain point you have a beautiful audience that's vibrant, and like you should be taking care of that audience and not so much constantly grinding for the next new audience member. Right? Like I think it's all about the balance. Right? I feel like if you're sitting there constantly thinking about the next new person who's going to show up, to an extent, you start to fall away from the priorities, the people who are here supporting you every day. Right? I feel like that's a pretty powerful message. I feel like I have a lot to say on that subject, and I'm going to be touching base a little bit on that in some of my seminars in the future. Just like a little bit about that concept. Like, at what point do you draw the line and prioritize the people who know and love your content and who want to continue to consume and enjoy more of your content? But like at a certain point, you do got to just like create content with those people in mind, and not necessarily always be constantly pushing for the next big audience, because like that's almost exhausting. It's almost exhausting. And I know firsthand, because I did that for years. For years, I sat there every single day. All I was thinking about was the next audience member. Like, oh yeah, I need to always be on my toes. And after a while, I realized like there's a balancing act. There is a balancing act, and it's okay to try to push your content to new places, try new things, express yourself in a way that you've never done before. But I think it's ignorant. It would be, in my opinion, it's ignorant to ignore the people that have built you up for 5 years. And like, why do you think I always come back to AC? I always make a point to come back to Stardew Valley. I always make a point to come back to the games and the communities that built me, because I'm never going to forget that you guys were the ones who took me from here to here. I'm never going to forget that. I'm never going to let myself forget the communities who took me from here to here. And it was Animal Crossing, it was Stardew Valley, and it was this beautiful Twitch community, and all the people that came by and said, yo, dude, you're worth watching, dude. Like, let's watch this dude, right? So like, that's why I run my stream the way I do, because like, I'm going to try to step out and do new things. And I think a lot of people love my variety. A lot of y'all love my variety. And we're always going to try to do new things. We have our cooking shows. We do talk shows now. We do gaming news now. But I'm always going to come back to the core values of our community. And that's getting snug as a bug in a rug, busting out some farming tools, right? Busting out our AC, right, dude? Like, we're always going to come back to this to a certain extent, because like I feel like this is where we belong to a certain extent, right? Yo, you're the second person that asked me today about Pal World. I guess it should be on my radar, huh? Yeah. Earlier, I jokingly said that I wasn't interested in playing clone games, but like in all reality, I don't know anything about Pal World, and I should consider it. I guess, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Pal World, but I'm glad. I like it when y'all ask me about games because it puts stuff on my radar. Oh, sorry, my bot's not alive right now. Let me alive my bot here. I need more Pokemon sandwich making stuffed eat style. I'm working on bringing a new stuffed eat segment to the table. We talked about it a little bit, but so look out for that soon. I'm working on it. I've got a lot of little details to figure out, but that good Panera Bread Wi-Fi. I'm excited for Palia when it's not in beta anymore. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Okay, cool. All right, our bot's alive. Sorry about that. Seems like something you would play. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Let's look at a trailer. Since we've gotten so derailed here, let's just quickly look at a trailer for Pal World. Let me go see what this game's about. Pal World Steam. Let's see what this is real quick. Like I said, I have no idea what this is. It straight up does just look like Pokemon. If Game Freak knew how to make games. I'm mostly joking about the graphics, all right? Yeah, it looks like Pokemon if I was still dreaming about what I wanted Pokemon to look like my whole life. Yeah, sure, okay. I mean, this game looks gorgeous. Honestly, I don't know if I want to play this game. I think it's just going to piss me off. It's just going to piss me off that Pokemon doesn't look like this. Like, I swear, like, I don't even know if I want to play this game. It's just going to make me mad. I'm gonna go through the 7 stages of grief with this game, and I'm gonna come out on the other end, and Pokemon's gonna be dead in my heart. What? Was this a scene of a Pokemon sweatshop making guns? What is this game, and who are they selling this game to? What is happening? Is the game cute? Is it murderous? Like, what is happening in this game? Oh my lord. I don't know, man. Looks cool. I'll check it out sometime, maybe. Was that a cult of lambs? I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about what I just saw. I had to process everything I just saw. Dang, dude. It's kind of messed up though that these developers that like these no-name games, maybe that the studio who made Pal World could be more known than I realized, but it's kind of sad when these like less known studios are able to just like put out a game that just looks and functions way better than like Game Freak's games could ever. And it's like, dang, dude, like it's kind of depressing. It's like, frick, man. Like I was watching a YouTube short from this guy. Hold on. This is a little bit depressing, but I'm going to put it up anyways. I was randomly watching this guy's small ant randomly popped up This guy Small Ant randomly popped up, right? He's been around forever. He randomly popped up on my YouTube. And I don't know. I think it was like his clip page. Oh, you know what? It might be in my history, actually. Do shorts show up in your history? I think so. Do they? Let me see. Yesterday's shorts. Oh, here it is. Here it is. This was actually kind of a harsh thing to see.
I'll have to warn you.
Hold on.
It's just I've played other games. If I were to switch to Breath of the Wild right now, you'd immediately be like, oh.
So like at first I didn't understand what he was saying here. So to put in the context, what's happening is he's flying around Paldea after the DLC, and he's flying around Paldea, and he's looking at the world of Paldea. And he's like, if I were to switch to Zelda and then switch back, you would say, oh. Watch.
Oh, I get it. Is that not insane? Let's switch back.
And I'm not going to lie, it did make me cringe a little bit. And you guys know I don't care about graphics. I could care less about what a game looks like that I play. But it just like, it kind of slapped me in the face a little bit.
It's
like,
just I've played.
I just like never compared. I don't compare often in life. And I never really take the time to compare. But like, just like, look at the world. Like, look, I know it's kind of small for mobile users, but like, look at the world behind him.
Other games. If I were to switch to Breath of the Wild right now, you'd immediately be like, oh. Oh, I get it. Is that...
Like, and then like, look at Zelda for a second. Like, dude, like, it's actually crazy. Like,
not insane.
And then you go back.
Insane. Let's switch back.
And like all it did, you know what it reminded me of? And I make this joke all the time. You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of like Mega Bloks versus Legos. Like it reminded me of like, you have all these super intricate Legos that are like pirate themed and like Pokemon themed, and like they have all these little pieces. You could build these little intricate cities with all these details and little palm trees. And then you have Mega Bloks that what do you build with Mega Bloks? Well, you can build block structures and like that's what what do you like? I just like a picture like these massive goofy blocks, and you're just kind of like, you kind of build like a big square building, maybe. Like, what do you really build with Mega Bloks, right? But like that's but like Legos have this like beautiful detail, and like you could build like landscapes and cities, and then you have like Mega Bloks, and you're just like, man, like it's like they're not even on the same level. Like they're insanely completely different things. Like, I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Like I said, I didn't like go looking for this content or anything. It was just something I saw on YouTube, and I was just like, wow, this kind of sucks. Like, wow. Like, man, like they really did kind of like drop the ball, dude. I guess it was like the first time that I like noticed, because I'm so blind to graphics. Like, I'm blind to graphics. Just like I said, I don't care about graphics. So it wasn't until somebody put Breath of the Wild and Scarlet and Violet next to each other that it hit me just how bad Scarlet and Violet looked. Does that make sense? Like, That's all it is. Like for me, it was just a realization. Like I literally had a realization for the first time yesterday. I never truly understood how bad the game looked because I just love Pokemon and I don't care about graphics. It's a great game. I love Scarlet and Violet. But when you put the games next to each other, it was just like Scarlet and Violet really does look like it's a game that could have been released on the Nintendo 64. Besides for those super gorgeous Pokemon models. The one thing that you don't see in that clip is the gorgeous Pokemon models. And I think Pokemon fans are okay with that, you know, for the record. I think most Pokemon fans are okay with having their Pikachu look like gorgeous, but like the world around Pikachu maybe not so hot. Like maybe, I don't know, but like when I saw Blastoise's shell in Scarlet and Violet and the amount of detail they put into Blastoise and his shell, I was like, whoa, is this even the same game? So like, yeah, maybe like their priorities were just completely different. I don't know. Yeah, pretty crazy. And maybe slightly depressing, but you know, the conversation of Scarlet and Violet's visuals is such a dead conversation at this point. I'm almost sorry that we're talking about it. Like almost. Yo, what's up, Mike, by the way? Like I'm almost like I actually apologize to those who are just sick of hearing about this conversation because it is a pretty played out conversation. So I do sincerely apologize about that. Like it is a pretty, it's like, it's kind of like I'm over it just as much as you probably are. Like who cares? It is what it is. Yo, how you doing, by the way, Ellie Mac? Welcome in. I just had a day off yesterday. I'm a little bit out of sorts today. The further the stream goes on, the more I realize that I just want to sit here and talk today. I don't feel like gaming. So sorry, Coral Island fans. I'm trying my best to play this game right now. Thank you so much, Olive Garden, for the kind words, by the way. I did see your message. I did read it. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for sticking with us, dude. I appreciate you. What's up, Tam Perp? Thank you, Raving Queen, for the brand new subscription, by the way. I did see you sneak that sub in, Raving Queen. And I hope that you enjoy the I hope you enjoy the emotes. We have a nice collection. Thank you again, Legless, as well. Thanks for the follows coming in today. Appreciate everybody. Thank you for your patience. I'm in a super weird place today. I went from like not getting enough sleep yesterday to like I think getting too much sleep today. So I'm like just like I feel super out of sorts and like I'm disassociating like around every minute. Like every corner, I just find something else to distract me. I haven't felt this out of sorts on a stream in a while. I don't know what today is. I have kind of a lot going on. I'm not going to go too far into personal stuff. I do have some stuff going on, but yeah, just one of those days. Yeah, that's right, dude. That's right, dude. Yeah. I almost played Stray again on Sunday, but it didn't work out that way. So you'll probably see Stray come back. I think Stray is one of the only games that I will come back to because it's a shorter, smaller experience, and I'm pretty excited about that. But I would like to also come back and play One Lonely Outpost as well. So bum, 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 bum. But yeah, I think I'm just done with Coral Island today. I think I'm just done playing this right now. So we'll come back to Coral Island as soon as possible. Sadly, it didn't work out playing this game as much as I wanted to this week, but that's okay. We got a nice little episode under our belt here today. We have Prince of Persia tomorrow, so we're gonna come back and do some Prince of Persia tomorrow. And otherwise, y'all will have to relegate to the VODs, and you have to find something to watch from the VOD section. You can find in the Discord or here on Twitch at the highlights. No, but I'll call it at 4 hours today. I didn't go into today's stream intending to end, but maybe I'll come back tonight for some Animal Crossing if I'm feeling it. But yeah. Thank you everyone for hanging out. Thanks for the good conversations today. But we'll slink back into some sort of semblance of I'm gonna slink back into focusing on my house chores and stuff. I have a lot of stuff that I need to take care of today. Some errands to run. So yeah. Thanks for coming to hang out this morning, everybody. We'll make up for it this week with some longer streams. A little bit on the short side today and yesterday, or Friday, or Monday. I don't even know what day it is. Monday we went for like 6. I had fun on Monday. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop you all off with our buddy Dazabon today. And you guys can enjoy some Pokemon. Speaking of Pokemon, after that conversation, you can go see for yourself. Yep. You got to see it to believe it. So here you guys go. Enjoy some Dazabon, dude. All right, fam. We're out of here. This is Highly in Descent signing off from another wonderful Hyro Gaming Group production. Hit that follow button. I don't normally stream any shorter than 4 hours. I usually go for about 7 hours. My average right now about 6.5 actually now. So come on by again, Coral Island fans. I'll try to give y'all a lot more Coral Island as we go into next week. I really want to get Coral Island on the schedule 2 days a week every week. That's what I really want to do. So here is the schedule. Join the Discord, check it out. And of course, as always, peace. All right, fam? We'll see y'all on the other side. Holy heck, what a day, what a day. Appreciate the good conversations, fam. Peace. Whoa. Well, that was laggy and weird. Don't even worry about it. Forget about it. My whole computer just like shut down for that. What's happening? Computer, chill. Okay. All right, we're back. See you later, guys. Peace.